The ruling on the floor, it's just been announced, is a 2-point basket, which would give the Jazz a tie if it is confirmed. Kevin Cutler on a headset with the replay center.
Ruling on the floor, no basket.
The ruling on the floor is no basket. Kings win. An unbelievable finish once again. And I apologize because my voice is virtually gone.
No worries, G-Man. Now time to start the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Wait, what? Okay, I'm so confused.
You should have heard yesterday. Jay
Well,
and I were,
you guys were singing along.
Yeah, we did really good.
I did. Is this the normal music?
No.
Okay.
it's like a karaoke version.
Yeah, there's like
Still working through
violins.
some things, all right? Just roll with it.
All right.
Okay, so we got a new voice guy
And girl.
and a new voice lady. Girl, woman,
Guy and gal.
I don't-
Gal.
gal,
Voice
no,
gal.
no, gal, no.
Guy and gal go
Gal,
together.
yeah.
If you're going to call him a voice guy, you
I
say
got
voice
yelled at
gal.
once for saying gal. We have two new voice persons. And okay, the karaoke version of our
It'll be fixed at some point.
No, I honestly, it's fun. I didn't know if you had made some artistic adjustments.
No, not at all.
I got you.
Jason doing the Carlton, everything is fine.
Well, hello, everybody, and good to see you. Good to read you. It's good to be back. First show of the new year for me. Thank you to Jay, to Jason.
It's going to be hard to top the best show of the year, which was yesterday.
Was it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was the best show of 2023, without a doubt.
This one's already pushing it.
We've already got a great start. So we
Yes.
have new people. That voice sounds, by the way, the guy voice sounds incredibly familiar to me, and that's gonna mess with me.
We can
for
talk
a
about it
while.
during the break.
We can talk about it.
I'll tell you exactly who it is.
He'll tell you exactly. Okay. Oh, was that on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. I never know. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you to everybody for doing the thing and all that. And it's always good to come back after a Kings victory. It's first day, at least for me, back from vacation. Note, I'm wearing different headphones, and I can hear out of one ear only.
That's fun.
Because at a mid-market rate, I'll tell you this much. I want to talk to management if you can. At some point, we should have station. How hard would it be to spend? I'd say $100 would get you five decent enough headphones that we keep in a corner for emergencies and guests.
We have those.
We do?
Yeah.
That work?
Yeah.
Oh, because these didn't, right? Which, I mean, I get it. And these didn't. So on my third try, I got these, which, by the way, I know I'm whining and Wine Wednesdays later today.
Mhm.
It's my own stupid. It's my fault. I forgot my backpack at home. And by home, I mean down where I was. My backpack is currently in Southern California.
Oh, wow.
You
Yeah.
should try to get that back.
Yeah.
It's
We'll try to get that back.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't have your whole Starship Enterprise laptop
No,
set up.
I have not.
Oh, he's naked.
I'm naked.
Oh, literally, you are.
I'm
Wow.
using the hi, great to see you. I'm using the monitor here. I rarely use for everything.
He has to use the standard computer. He's such.
You have dial-up over there.
This is This is going to be a terrible show, a horrible show. He's already pointing to move into leading off. And may I just say, when I was watching yesterday, you guys had like 8 minutes before leading off.
Yeah, it was the first show of the new year. That's different.
It's good to be back. It's good to revisit, and I got stung by bees while that was a highlight.
Yeah, we know. Paul told everyone in the
And
chat.
my wife.
Yeah, Paul
Paul
did tell us.
Paul
For a
was
second.
with you. I don't know if you saw him in the bushes when you were golfing, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a getting stung by bee joke I could do on the air playing golf, but I can't do it on the air. So we'll save that. I'll tell you during the break after he tells me about the other thing. In the meantime, leading off.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
114. And he's got it again. So, Kings don't take a timeout. We're tied at 115. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herter in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the quarter has given the Kings the lead.
Okay, I can handle new voice people on the first day back from vacation. I can handle a new intro song version. Who was doing play-by-play last night?
That was the G-Man.
That was 100% not Gary Gerald.
That was actually Barry Gerald.
That was what?
Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining to go. Drives, scoops, scores!
Is Gary not feeling well?
I don't know. I mean, we were here, obviously, and he was
Oh, my
there.
goodness.
But when we first threw it to him in the pregame, I went, whoa.
Oh,
That was very
G-Man.
deep voice.
now listen, it was a great call, and
Yeah.
obviously, I like all of us here worship the ground that Gary Gerald walks on. Man, he sounds sick. He sounds day to day. He sounds
Oh, you weren't going sick, like sick.
sick. Well, his call was sick, like sick. It was like the kids say.
Yeah.
No, he sounds like he does not feel good,
Yeah.
and that makes me sad. What made me happy, though, was I did get a chance to I got to watch the first quarter and then plane ride and then last quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually held off on my ordering right home when I'm sitting there in my jacket at a bus stop at the airport watching the end of the game and like freaking out by myself. And I it's funny what Sabonis said after the game. He basically said something to the effect of, well, I didn't think it was good, but we're the Kings, so maybe it was good. That's kind of how I felt. And then the replay,
Right.
it was first, what a hell of a shot by
Incredible.
Marketing.
I mean, live, I thought it was good. And then you get a little sense of relief when they said, for some reason, they go, no, it was just a 2. I go, oh, good, going to overtime. And then when I see the replay, I'm like, that was a 3.
Yeah.
And then you go,
Yeah.
oh, it's late anyway. Okay. Oh, yes.
If I was a non-biased basketball fan, I would have been rooting for it to be good because, oh my God, what an amazing finish. And it would have been, that just would have been so sad.
Oh, heartbreak.
With the performance Fox had in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk a lot about that. He's a clutch dude, man.
Yes, he is.
I was awakened this morning by a Facebook Messenger text, whatever, at 4:24 in the morning.
That's early.
I was up, but I hear a ding. I go, what? And I won't say who it is. Nobody would know who it was, but I just don't want to embarrass the person. He's a nice guy. And I read it, and it says, good morning. Have to speak the truth. Fox can't finish games. He's the Jimmy Garoppolo of NBA point guards. Truly a great game, but look at his possessions from the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. I've seen this pattern for a while. I hope someone in the media will talk about it. I love the kid, but we've lost so many games because of this pattern. Go Kings. And I'm sitting there like, did you mainline drugs to the eye or what are you? And then I looked and I saw that he'd sent it to me on October 20th of this year.
Yeah.
And I just never read it. Good morning. This morning now. I'm seeing change. Mike Brown is getting Fox to be what he can be. He's going to the basket to finish strong. This is so much fun to watch, Dave. Happy New Year. So he's won a fan.
Okay. I mean, he did. I mean, Fox missed a shot in the fourth. I mean, what's wrong with him? 9 of 10. That's unacceptable.
Is it time to trade De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
Again.
Right.
Well, we'll talk quite a bit about that. In the meantime, we have a quick second here. We'll get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Fox into the front court, into the paint, pulls up, trying to tie it. Around, a two-bouncer, no good. Kept alive by the Kings. Back to Fox, floater, way short, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Harrison Barnes. Swings to Herter, three on the way. He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. 30 points, a season high for Herter.
Well,
That was the G-Man.
that was the G-Man in full force. And a couple of things here. Number one, congratulations. We'll talk about this later. Keegan Murray, Rookie of the Month. And the Kings, after a 2-game road trip, of which they split, could have gone 2-0, could have gone 0-2. I'll take the split.
Yep.
They come home, and now they begin a 5-game homestand that is on paper easier than their previous homestand. This is a time where they want to get healthy, but this is a back-to-back. They come back and play the Hawks, who always give them fits, who beat them earlier this year, but they're in a little bit of disarray right now. So a lot to talk about there. We'll get to all that. Plenty of Kings today. Kayte will join us at 8 a.m. I know she's a little bit under the weather as well. I'm assuming she'll join us at 8. I'll get an update on that. And speaking of updates, what the whole sports world wants, an update on Damar Hamlin and what, if anything, they're going to do about the game, which is obviously not even secondary, fourth-dary. I don't even know what the word is to what's going on with Damar. We'll take a break. We'll get you an update next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I'm in the great outdoors doing a little Dodge watching with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge. Would you look at that? You know, those are some pretty high-powered binoculars you got there, Vince.
Yeah, I use them to spot all the Lasher license plates out there.
Well, there's bound to be a lot because, I mean, you are the big guy after all, and the big guy's known for making great deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns and Longhorns, Tradesmen and Laramies, crew cabs and quad cabs, 4x4s and 4x2s.
I know. Hold on. I see another one.
Another what? Looked like it might have been a new Dodge Challenger.
I think so.
Or a new Dodge Charger. Elk Grove Dodge sells a ton of those, you know. And new Durangos, Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Cherokees, and the new Grand Cherokee, Jeep Compass, Gladiators, and Wranglers, and the all-new Wagoneer. I've heard Elk Grove Dodge has great deals on those, too.
Oh, he's taking off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You lose him?
Oh, no. Just another happy customer migrating back to Elk Grove Dodge.
No surprise there, because for over 40 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Because the stance was too wide, Jason.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why the shot was late.
Welcome back. We've got a lot of Kings for you. A lot of Kings for you today. As we said, Kayte will join us as well. A lot of things to get to in the sports world. And I missed this yesterday, so I will apologize in advance because when you're gone and a huge thing happens, I'm very aware that you and Jay, I'm sure, did a phenomenal job yesterday in talking about Damar Hamlin and what went on in Buffalo. And
Sean Salisbury was terrific about that. I mean, as you would expect.
Yes, and I had a chance to hear a bit of that. And Sean never lacks passion, but it's one of those guests where you can have the best analyst in the world on. I'm a big believer. You don't have to have played the game to know the game and analyze the game. I'm not one of those people, but there is something about getting a guy like Sean or anyone who's been out there, who's seen things, and who really understands the emotion of the brotherhood in sports and in the NFL in particular. Let's get to an update first. The family of Damar Hamlin yesterday thanked the public, asked for continued prayers. Damar Hamlin, if you, for some reason, you were on vacation and you don't know, was hospitalized and is hospitalized in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati during Monday Night Football. We've heard all kinds of different updates from friends, from family, from his marketing rep. I think was actually the first one to really get any sort of an update out there. And it's twofold. First it's stabilize the human being, get the human being back on his feet and recovered and with his family and back to being a human. We're way ahead of his career, what will happen, will he play again? Who knows? Now, this happened I shouldn't say this happened. A lot of people who are soccer fans, probably, I saw a lot of it online, brought up Christian Eriksen, who is one of the top soccer players in the world, Danish midfielder, who 2 years ago, 2021, was playing for his country versus Finland. I think it was Euro 2020. And he collapsed on the pitch. It was cardiac arrest. It was eerily, when I saw Damar Hamlin collapse, I immediately thought of Eriksen. It was a very similar thing. Listen, we have all seen movies with horrible killings and murders, and we've seen people have heart attacks, again, in movies where they, some are way over dramatic and some are acted terribly and some are acted fantastically. But I think if you ask anyone to picture, somebody suffering cardiac arrest and collapsing, a lot of times their reference is going to be something they've seen in television or movies. When you see it in real life, it is absolutely bone chilling to see, especially a young man, anyone, but a young person in the prime of his life, just incredible world-class athlete. And Jason, I think the psychology of this too is it messes with our own mortality.
Sure.
Because deep down, subconsciously, you got to be thinking, oh my God, if this can happen to this young man in this level of shape, what else is out there? What could happen to me? What could happen to my friends, my family at a moment's notice? You just never know. So it does give you, it is tough to talk about upside when you're dealing with something like this. And I hope people will make the leap with me when I say this and understand where I'm coming from. When something like this happens, the first thing that matters is obviously the player and his family, and sports doesn't matter. The air quotes upside when something like this happens. Number one, he had a toy drive you've all heard about right now. I think it was around $60,000. I looked yesterday. I don't even know what it is now. It was like a 1.5 million.
Oh, it's over 5.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's over 5 million.
I looked yesterday morning, and I want to say it was like a 1.5 million. I know Robert Kraft and the Patriots made a big donation. A lot of other players have, tons of people have, both publicly and anonymously. A lot of kids are going to have a lot of smiles on their faces. And it's also, there's something about humanity with all the fighting and anger and crap that's going on these days, whether you're a Bills fan or a Bengals fan, whether you're a Niners fan or a Raider fan, whether you're not a football fan at all, whether you're Republican or Democrat, black or white, whatever it is, we can all unite around humanity. And it really does help restore faith in humanity. And in a sense, I want to honor Damar Hamlin, who, again, we are all waiting with bated breath to pull through and be better than ever. But through this tragedy, through his suffering, through what he and his family are dealing with right now, I do hope there's a day and time very, very soon where they can look around and go, wow, this, not that we wanted to do this, but this was a catalyst to so many great things that are going on where you see the best of humanity. And at this point, it's just, we've all been there with family members. You're just crossing fingers and praying.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think everybody who was watching it, you just feel helpless. You're scared. You're scared of the situation. Like, what did we just watch? What are we witnessing? We know it's something that we haven't seen. You could tell by the player reaction.
Yeah.
And the other thing of encouragement yesterday, at least according to reports, was that he was on 50% oxygen. So, I mean, as you improve, that's kind of the next steps from needing full support to if you get to 50, and at some point, which I think they say the first like 36 to 48 hours are the most critical.
Yes.
If he can get off that completely, that's where you can really start talking about recovery, but you just don't know how much oxygen he lost in that time. It sounded like everybody was so fast and great at it, but that's where the varying from full recovery to some serious issues. And I have no idea.
Well, we all turn into doctors,
right?
Nobody knows.
We're not there.
Dad had a stroke. We've all dealt with, and you know the brain needs oxygen and a constant supply. I would say this too, and it's last thing you want to do is talk about the luck of Damar Hamlin being good. But I will say this: if it was going to happen, it's a blessing that it happened there, where you have just a ton of medical personnel and equipment and things that can just rush right. Thank God it wasn't on a vacation in Italy or hiking in the mountains or God knows where. And I hope in the end, and I choose to, in these situations, even though I'm a born pessimist when it comes to this stuff, I try to flip it.
Mm-hmm.
I am hoping that a year from now we are looking back after Damar Hamlin has played his 8th game of the season or whatever it is, and not only did the toy drive and all of that be a rousing success, but this was something that could have taken his life, that was found, and he makes a full recovery now, which would be let's be honest. If this is what he has to go through and he comes out of it perfect in exchange for getting rid of whatever was waiting for him and he's able to live a long and healthy life, he's going to look back at this as a blessing someday.
Sure.
And his family and all of that, I imagine from what you hear about Damar from friends and teammates, that should he make that full recovery, it's not like he's just going to go, oh, okay, well, he'll end up being active in this world of raising money and raising awareness. But it does bring into, we have these conversations. I'm not the guy that says they signed up for it. I can't in good conscience do it. I understand the argument, whether it's, military or a sport. Hey, you signed up, it's dangerous. You know it. I don't think Damar Hamlin signed up to have cardiac arrest on the field. I don't think anyone in the military signed up to pass away on a battlefield. I think they're aware of the risk. That doesn't mean that's what they signed up for.
No.
It doesn't mean they because I think inherently what you're saying underneath it is it's less of a tragedy. No, it's not.
Yeah, and
we sign up to drive cars every day. It doesn't mean
there's 100 crashes a day. Doesn't mean like, well, Dave, it's your turn today. You knew what was happening.
Exactly.
No, at some point you just when you don't even think about it. No. You might think about it. Whoa, that person ran a stop sign. That could have been scary.
Right.
That was really scary. Yes, it was.
Yes,
and then
it was.
You drive the next 15 days in a row.
100%.
I'm
also not a huge fan of what I see out there, which is like, well, we can't do any of this while Damar Hamlin's in it. Yeah, we can. We can talk about things and we can laugh about things and we can discuss it. The thought police that are out there. Because if that's the case, then, why are we talking about this when there's a 4-year-old kid with cancer in the cancer ward down the street? And how can we talk about sport? Listen, people can. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't think anybody being happy about a Kings win last night or talking about Donovan Mitchell scoring 71 or whatever it may be means that they care any less about Damar Hamlin. And I think the police, that's a little bit weird too. But there's a lot of interesting psychology that goes in and out of this. Obviously, beyond all of it, it's his health. As far as the game goes, as we take a break, our update is we don't have an update. I recognize and empathize. It's a tough situation. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in the NFL shoes because this is an important game. I don't know. I imagine they're having a lot of high-powered conversations about it. But in the meantime, I think all we really care about is Damar Hamlin. We'll take a break. When we come back, it was a weird night for Milwaukee. And honestly, what is going on with these individual scoring nights in the NBA? It's unlike anything we've ever seen. We'll get into it next.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Carmichael Dave here, letting you know when the housing market shifts quickly like it has the last few months, having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. It's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Now you can check them out at refinancewithshelby.com. They're fast, they're local, and competitive. Shelby's team, as I've told you for years, is well known in the real estate market from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved upfront so you can compete with the cash offers. With the increase in inventory, the market has shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. You can always refi as soon as rates come down, or United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try Babbel for free. That's Babbel.com.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. Why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Want the best smoothie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports' IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com and sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's film at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings won a thriller last night in Utah.
115-114. And he's got it again. So, Kings don't take a timeout. We're tied at 1:15. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herter in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the corner has given the Kings the lead.
And that would be the game-winning basket. Fox scored 22 of his 37 points in the fourth quarter. No rest for the Kings as they return to the Golden One Center tonight to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Coverage starts with Game Night at 5:30 on Sactown Sports. Former Kings forward Marvin Bagley III has suffered a right hand injury and is expected to miss extended time, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Bagley, who injured the hand in Monday's 135-106 loss to Portland, is undergoing further evaluation to determine the next steps on the injury. Bagley has averaged 10.6 points and 5.9 rebounds off the bench for the Detroit Pistons this season. Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains hospitalized in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati Monday night. Hamlin's agent, Ron Butler, told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that Hamlin's oxygen levels have improved, as various reports suggest Hamlin is now on 50% oxygen assistance. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Don't ever get old, Jason. I'm skipping out of here at 9. I have a
You're skipping?
I am actually going to skip.
Okay.
I have an optometrist appointment, 9:30.
Yeah.
Now, you may remember a year ago, I had my first pair of glasses.
Yeah. I joined the club finally.
I asked if I could get laser, and he said no.
For vanity? Is that why you'd want laser?
100%.
Okay.
And plus, it's one more thing for me to lose or
Yeah.
crush or break.
Sure.
He says no. I go, why? And he goes, because you don't know it yet, but your eyesight's about to fall off a cliff.
Wow.
That's exactly what he has a
Well, that was nice.
direct quote. I mean, I appreciate the honesty.
I guess.
Also the accuracy.
Mm.
Like, I can't see.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I made the appointment while I was on vacation. Yeah, you're holding, that's 3 fingers right there.
You're fine.
Like, I can make out the blurs, but mostly because I know
kind of what you're looking. Yeah.
Right. But like the whole like EFP, TLQ.
Oh, yeah. And I always get greedy. I just had mine last week, and they're like, "What line can you read?" I'm like, "Okay, let's." Okay, let me.
And I always
want to move it closer?
I want to go to the bottom one always.
I do too.
I had great vision my whole life. So today I'm going to talk to him about my dad wears contacts. I don't like the idea of putting glass in my eye or even plastic. I may be a contacts guy. I don't know.
Because you don't like glasses? Well, because of losing or crushing.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't want to be the guy that loses his contact or every time it's dusty. Oh, my contact. I have to carry around that juice.
Yeah. But because you weren't laser qualified because it was just going to keep
getting worse. It was
worse.
just going to get worse. So I get laser, I guess, and then it would get worse. And
you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't, not at all. The NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jason, we know this. It doesn't take long for expectations to hit, even if you're a team that has missed the playoff 16 straight years. Last night, for example, I had a number of people saying on social media, I saw, they just need to put this team away. You gotta put these guys away. This is, they're getting very angry. It's like, is that expectations?
Mm-hmm.
They're on the road against Utah's a 500 team, right near 500,
just below now. Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, they've lost 5 in a row,
right.
So yeah, I think they're 2-3 games under 500. But this is not Houston,
right,
which is coming up. And then when the Kings, and they've done this twice this year, bad losses. I'm thinking to teams they had Washington. It was in the same week. Washington.
Yeah, I think they were going into yesterday. I think 10-3 against teams below 500.
There you go.
So really good.
Really good.
Yesterday started a stretch of 9 consecutive games against teams below 500.
So then last night, the Boston Celtics, with a starting lineup that included Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. I mean,
those are familiar names.
Yeah, they're full strength. They go into OKC last night. It's a road game, but who cares? And Oklahoma City drops 150
without their best player,
without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah,
behind Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Terrence Mann, and Isaiah Joe.
Didn't they have 5 20-point scores?
Jalen Williams, they had 5.
That's
20,
crazy.
It is crazy. They had 5 20-point scorers and a 17-point scorer. 150 on the Boston Celtics. By the way, the Oklahoma City Thunder going into that game were 15-21. The Celtics were 26-11. Now, we're bringing that up mainly for, and not that this will make any sort of difference with people. Nobody wants to have a bad loss. Oh, and by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Celtics give up the 9th, and probably before last night, the 8th least points in the NBA. This is a good defensive team. This is going to happen to the Kings again.
Yes.
I just want people to put it in their memory banks a little bit. I'm not saying that if the Kings lose to the Wizards, we should all be happy. Like, oh, well, it happened to Boston. But it doesn't mean that Mike Brown should be on the hot seat. It doesn't mean De'Aaron Fox is overrated. It doesn't mean that Domantas Sabonis puts up empty stats. It doesn't mean that KZ Okpala is terrible at his job. It doesn't mean Rashawn Holmes is disinterested. It means that NBA teams are filled with 14 of the greatest basketball players in the world. They were the best players on their elementary, junior high, high school team, most likely the college team. They are the best of the best. They are the elite of the elite. There are 5, 6, 7, whatever billion people in the world, and half of them want to play basketball in the NBA, and they are one of, 200 and something to be able to do it.
Right.
It happens. You get 30-plus point victory for Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, they play that game 10 times. I feel Boston wins that 8, 9 times.
Yes.
But
yeah, if they played, even after last night, if you told me they were going to play a 10-game series and I put the over-under at 8.5 for Boston wins.
Taking Boston.
Taking Boston.
Yeah. Not their night. And it was OKC's night, clearly.
Which it happens. It was the Bucks night last night, 123-113 over the Wizards. Now, we don't really care about a Bucks-Wizards game in early January, but Giannis Antetokounmpo in 37 minutes, 55 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 20 of 33 from the line. Here's perhaps the most interesting thing. This isn't a microcosm. One of the more interesting statistical anomalies I've seen this year. Jason, Giannis Antetokounmpo is shooting 65% from the free throw line this year. Giannis is not a good free throw shooter. He's never been a good free throw shooter. He was 15 of 16 last night.
Wow.
So kind of going back a little bit to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You get hot.
Right.
It happens.
Yep.
That's a really good free throw percentage. 15 to 16.
For anybody.
That's
it's fantastic for him.
That's Steph Curry-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good.
And we were talking about it yesterday, so just add another to the list. I think this is the 89th 40-point game in the league this year, and it's the 14th 50-point game this year. And the fact that this is happening, and I feel like it's also now becoming like, hey, did you see what Mitchell did for Cleveland? Hey, you see what Embiid did for, like, it's my turn tonight. Because we have that many good players in the league right now.
Yeah,
I feel like they're kind of chasing one another, and that's good for us. It's fun to watch.
And I have a lot of fun with Nick Homers going back and forth about his Celtics and Jason Tatum and the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jokic at this point is a higher ranked candidate than Tatum.
Okay,
it's certainly a debate, unlike what Nick said, where it's not debatable. But the MVP race right now, and it may stretch out. Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, Tatum,
Luka,
Kevin Durant's in there. What an
good for us.
Amazing, good.
Right?
Couldn't have said it better. Good for us as fans.
Yeah.
We're witnessing some of the best individual high-level performances we've ever seen. He's going to get MVP votes, baby. I am driving that train. Can't say MVP, but I do expect to hear MVP chants at Golden One Center.
They were the other day.
Were there the other day?
Yeah.
That's entirely appropriate. We'll take a break. Let's check in on last night's Kings win. Also, a 3 in the key without me. I can tell you this. I did not miss a single one.
But you have one for tonight.
I do have one for tonight. I'm excited about that. And we will recap. We got some audio for you from last night as well. Don't go away. Kings basketball next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Happy holidays to all of you. And my friends at American Energy have a present. They want to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up to ensure your system is running safely and efficiently. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. When you purchase a whole home HVAC system, get your furnace half off. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. American Energy has been serving Sacramento since 1981. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And that is extremely important to me and should be important to you. Supporting local business because local business supports you. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health. Guys, if you're taking Viagra or any other pill for ED, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do I want to continue to do this for the rest of my life? If you're like most men, the answer is no. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we can restore blood flow naturally without pumping your body full of chemicals like you've been doing. Guys, you need to come in today and fix this problem now. Why are you putting this off? Viagra's not going to magically start working next week, and you don't want to use shots or go under the knife. Call us today and speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. Change your life today, like the thousands of men who already have. If you're tired of dealing with ED or Peyronie's disease, then call West Coast Men's Health.
With offices in Sacramento and San Mateo, call 916-829-8273. That's 916-829-8273. 916-829-8273. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. HSA cards welcome.
There is beauty and there's uncomfort in owning an older home. The craftsmanship back then, the way they were built, the character, all have their positives. Now, on the other side, older homes need some love and some tenderness, and in our case, some help. Jason Ross here to tell you about the help we're getting thanks to ACR Solar. Now, you hear solar, and you know what? Yes, they do solar, but after years and years of living at our house, the time has come to get a new roof. Our old roof has done its job, but it is done. It's tired, and it looks it. So after doing the proper research and talking with several roofing companies, we landed on ACR Solar. They stood out from the first visit when Joe, their roofing expert, came out and shared his knowledge. We knew at that moment we were at ease because we were in good hands. Also, after our conversations with John, the owner of ACR Solar, that just confirmed what my wife and I already knew, that ACR Solar was the right choice for us. So we're so excited to begin our journey with ACR Solar. We're going to have a beautiful new roof, become more energy efficient, and have the peace of mind we're looking for. ACR Solar, 916-481-2700, or you can visit them at acrsolar.com.
Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, is also Northern California's #1 Honda certified pre-owned vehicle dealer.
Come see our amazing selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. We have something for everyone. Don't shop dealer to dealer trying to find the perfect used car. Stockton Honda has the selection, financing, and savings you want. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2021 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
The NBA is going OFF. Listen, I got all the facts to back it all up. 30 teams after one dream, 24 seconds to make magic with The Rock. 7-footers raining deep threes, 2 guards dunking and leaving you in shock, and first-year hoopers balling with ease. All that, all the time, all around the league. And the NBA isn't leaving anyone behind. The NBA season continues on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Because we are live and local, there are certain things I think we have a responsibility to do. Not that anyone needs to be told this, but I was lucky enough to be gone for the last week. I have not, when I came home last night, and I know this pales in comparison to what people deal with around the country, but when I came home last night, it was dark. I went in my backyard, and, well, it was just a wonderland of chairs and papers and some playing cards I'd left out, a speaker that had blown away, a TV that had blown over, you know, minor to mid-minor stuff. It was fun. But from everything I'm seeing, you're seeing, they're telling us this next storm that's, you know, sprinkling outside. I just went outside. It's starting to come down a little bit right now. We're
but it's not windy yet, is it?
It is not windy yet. We're near downtown, getting the sprinkles. But this thing is supposed to pack a punch. I think at one point I'd heard right at the snow line in the mountains, they're expecting up to 7 inches of rain in this storm. And it's not just the water, as you mentioned, it's the wind and the wind gusts, high wind warnings everywhere. We continue to be concerned about the McKelvey and Cosumnes River areas, Highway 99, Point Pleasant, Galt, Elk Grove, that stretch. So again, not that you need dumb radio people to tell you what to do, but listen, if you haven't, bring in your garbage cans, secure whatever you can outside, get your grocery shopping out of the way, keep your fridge and freezer closed. You may have other power outages. And oh, by the way, if they suggest you evacuate, don't wait for the order.
Right.
Please just be safe. And one thing, and I know that this seems like it's common sense, but we see it all the time. Please take your animals.
Mm-hmm.
Please take your animals wherever you go, no matter how inconvenient it is. We see it all the time. Oh, well, I had to leave, Fido at home. Or no, don't leave Fido at home. Take Fido with you in his muddy paws in your car. And sorry about that. So we are batting down the hatches and hoping that all. But boy, the visuals, on that thing are insane. Last night, the Kings. I'm not even going to make a weather remark there. The Kings beat the Jazz, and Lauri Markkanen's last second shot, which we all were with. Yep.
And the referees rained all over it.
Okay, and we're going to talk. No, see, you did that.
I had to.
Thank you. We're going to talk about the referees in a little bit too, by the way.
Again, another game where we have to.
No, we get to.
You're right. Good point, Jay.
I want to throw this out there because we have to get to 3 in the key. Everything's always out on the internet, so whenever I say something, I'm sure it already exists. If it does not, 2 requests from the audience. Number 1, if there is a compiled list, I would really like to see of what teams have been aggrieved the most on the last 2-minute report, and the least. I would like to see a ranking of teams that have been hurt by bad calls on that last 2-minute report, because then we can see it in front of us. Because to me, it seems like every other game, the Kings, although they have benefited from some calls, are getting screwed. And last night, thank God that shot didn't go in, because had it gone in and they lost, there were at least 4 points down the stretch last night. We got screwed by bad calls on things the refs saying they're emphasizing this year not calling, yet they're still calling, like kicking your damn foot out.
Right.
Anyways,
and making contact with that kick. By
yeah,
the way.
it's just so it's as philosopher used to say, it's getting ridiculous.
Hell of a back kick by Markkanen.
Yeah, really. And why? And I don't blame Markkanen. Good for him. You should. It worked. I blame the referees, and I don't like doing that. I don't like being ref whiner, refy pants. But
the Clarkson call was actually more egregious.
It was so stupid. And Kelly Olynyk is a big fat floppy fish, okay? And he needs to quit flopping.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it.
Inappropriate.
3 in the key right now. Ba-na-na-na. I'm surprised we don't have like a different 3 in the key song today.
Shut up.
Jason, what happened?
Yesterday, 3 in the key, it was just Jay Mars and I, though Jay really wanted to pick for you.
I'm so glad she stood in the way of that. Oh, how many points will De'Aaron Fox have? 4.
Yeah, none in the fourth.
By the way, looked good after the first quarter.
Yeah, true. First question we asked yesterday was the largest lead of the game for the Kings and for the Utah Jazz. I said 11 for both. Jay said 4 for the Kings, 10 for the Jazz. The largest lead in the game for the Kings was 14 early on.
I thought you said 14.
And the largest lead for the Jazz all night long was 4. So I guess Jay was closer on the Jazz. I was closer on the Kings. Points for Kevin Huerter, because the last time these two teams played, Huerter had his career high 30, including the game winner. I said 14. Jay said 21. We're both in the same range. He had 16.
Good job, Jason.
All 5 starters in double figures. This one was a blowout for Jay. Leading bench score and their point total. I went with Malik Monk in 17. He was questionable to play. He played. He wasn't very good. I don't know if he was quite right. It felt like it could have been a Terrence Davis night.
Could have been a Terrence. Yeah, Terrence Davis is just kind of weirdly been in out of lineup. Yeah. He's there. He's not.
There's several Kings players like that.
Yeah, you're right.
And Jay said Malik Beasley with 18. Malik Beasley was the leader, was 16.
Wow.
So there you go.
Well done. Good job getting one.
But that leads us to tonight. There's another game.
Tonight.
So, Dave, you're back in play.
I am.
And you're going to lead us off with the very first category
of
here.
2023. Except for yesterday.
Because yesterday he was so prominent, so amazing. 9 of 10, 22 points in the fourth quarter for one, De'Aaron Fox. We are asking fourth quarter points tonight for Fox.
I'll say 8. What? 8 in the fourth is bad?
No,
With Trae Young guarding him?
I've already written in my number, and it's 8, so I'm going to change mine.
Okay.
Because you...
Would you... I could go 9
no,
or
I'm
7.
I'm going to go 9.
Okay. At first, I was like, wait a minute, that would average him 32 for the game. I'm not like, I thought you were only being like, that's insulting.
I just had already written a 9.
I gotcha.
So, Jay, you were next. Dave said 8. I said 9.
I'm going to say 14.
Wow.
Mr. Fourth Quarter.
Wow.
Next up, because the bench was not very good last night, we're going to focus in on the bench tonight. Bench points for the Kings. I will go first in this one. I have 37.
That's a lot.
Bench points.
That's a lot of bench points.
Yeah. Jay Mars?
Even 50.
Oh, that's even more.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Even 50.
Yeah.
Last night,
bounce back game.
Yeah. I'll go with 28.
Okay.
It's all good when Trey Lyles has a 40-piece tonight. Y'all will be.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And the last one, we're going back to this because it's so much fun. And he always puts up good stats. Damar's Sabonis' stat line. Points, rebounds, assists.
22 points, 15 boards, 9 assists.
Michael Dave.
If he gets a double-double tonight, that ties DeMarcus, right, for all time?
Correct. 15 in a row.
Yeah. I'm going to say DeMontis, 18 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists.
Okay, and I'm doing it triple dub, 24, 13, and 11.
Hey, now.
Attaboy.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
There is Trace in the key.
DeMontis Sabonis has been.
His thumb's broken, by the way.
His thumb is broken. Okay. I have a question I was thinking about when I was gone, and I want to ask you guys. Let me bring up DeMontis Sabonis, and let me bring up his numbers. So he broke his thumb. Which game did he break his thumb in?
It was the Friday night loss before Denver.
It was before Denver
because he missed the first Denver.
Was it the Charlotte game?
Wizards.
Yeah,
that's
those are Wizards.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so he played in the second Denver game.
Yeah.
Right, and then so he's played 1, 2, 3, 4 games. So DeMontis Sabonis has gone for 31, 28, 18, and 21 points, 14, 14, 11, and 10 boards, 8, 8, 5, 4 assists. I know that's a lot of numbers. And by the way, he's shooting like
making everything
63%.
Yeah.
Was DeMontis Sabonis' thumb holding him back this whole time? Does he need his thumb? Is he better without his thumb?
No, take it off.
He will be a top 10 MVP vote.
Yes.
I'm
at this rate, he
I'm
is
sticking with that. And I think we're going to start having I'm really looking forward to the very triggering conversations that are coming that I'm going to have a lot of fun bringing up, which is, where is DeMontis Sabonis' season ranking when it comes to all-time Kings seasons? All-time Kings seasons. I'm telling you right now, as a big man, I think it's safe to say he is a top 3 big man in Sacramento Kings history. Top 3.
Sure, absolutely.
Weber, Cousins, Sabonis, right?
And the order can be debated.
And the order can 100% be
You put
debated.
Domas over Vlade right now?
I would put Domas. I think Domas is a better player than
And
Vlade.
he hasn't even played one season in Sacramento yet. Not even 82 games.
Nope, no, he has not. We'll take a break.
He's only 26.
And he's only 26. Oh, they traded him for free.
He got fleeced.
When we come back, we have audio from last night. Big win in Utah. We'll hear from Mike Brown, and his good friend Will Hardy talks about the studliness of De'Aaron Fox right after this.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com, 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Owned vehicles, and each one of those vehicles is priced to sell now.
With new cars in high demand, Folsom Lake Honda has a great selection of quality one-owner trades with low miles, and each is priced to sell now. Every used vehicle on the lot comes with a Carfax vehicle history report and has passed a safety inspection. Shop our entire selection at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back, January 19th at Cal Expo. Buy the latest gear. Learn from hundreds of experts in fishing, hunting, and outdoor recreation. See Toyota's powerful Tundra. This is the place to discover your next adventure, nearby or around the world. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 19th through 22nd at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com. California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back, January 19th at Cal Expo. Get $3 off coupons at Big O Tires and O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Get expert advice at free seminars and activities. Go to sportsexpos.com for locations and get to the action with Toyota's legendary Tacoma. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 19th through 22nd at Cal Expo in Sacramento.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never really thought about tools until I bought a house in the suburbs. It's like this weird homeowner test if I need a tool for a project and don't have it. And my neighbor Ted loves to give me that look when I ask to borrow a pole saw. A year ago, I didn't even know pole saws existed. And now I gotta borrow one from Ted? What is happening?
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right, but many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. And with helpful representatives just a call away, it's easy to understand why Pi is rated excellent by customers on Trustpilot. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, and the Primetime Football Giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
After 11 years on KHTK and a 6-year hiatus, Talkin' Money with Jeff Tarbell returns Saturdays, 10 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports.
Talkin' Money!
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Sacramento Kings.
It's Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings won a thriller last night in Utah.
115-114. And he's got it again. So, Kings don't take a timeout. They're tied at 115. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herder in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 4/10 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the quarter has given the Kings the lead.
And that would be the game-winning shot for the Sacramento Kings with 4/10 of a second remaining. De'Aaron scored 22 of his 37 points in that same fourth quarter. No rest for the Kings tonight as they return to the Golden One Center to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Coverage starts with game night at 5:30 on Sactown Sports. Former Kings forward Marvin Bagley III has suffered a right hand injury and is expected to miss extended time, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Bagley, who injured the hand in Monday's 135-106 loss to Portland, is undergoing further evaluation to determine the next steps of the injury. Bagley has averaged 10.6 points and 5.9 rebounds off the bench for the Detroit Pistons this season. Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains hospitalized in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati Monday night. Hamlin's agent, Ron Butler, told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that Hamlin's oxygen levels have improved, as various reports suggest Hamlin is now on 50% oxygen assistance. Coming up on today's show, Kings Collect analyst Kayte Christensen joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I don't want to praise him too much, and the reason being, I'm telling you, that's what that dude's capable of. He had a big game for us on the road, but I'm telling you, that's De'Aaron Fox, and it's great that the league, not just people in the NBA, but media, fans, they're starting to recognize his greatness, and he's just scratching the surface. This was one of the first games where he called me off multiple times, especially late. I made a play call. He's got the green light to override me. He did it tonight on multiple occasions. Great players don't get tired. Great players make their teammates good. And that's what he did tonight. And he came and won the game for us. That's what great players do on the road. Take my hat off to him.
So what he's saying is Fox tunes out his coach. Is there a problem in the locker room?
Yes, react.
I loved it. I love what it can't be understated what Mike Brown has done. I think it's important to go back and look. You know, when Mike Brown was hired, I was a Will Hardy guy. Speaking of, I was hoping they'd grab Will Hardy. Great young mind. And he's doing a great job, by the way, in Utah. I think who knows how things would have been with Will, but I don't think he would have been a failure. But Mike Brown, I was like, okay, nice guy, well-respected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not over the moon about this. I don't hate it. Okay, Mike Brown's like pork chops for dinner. Like, okay. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I enjoy pork chop dinner.
Yeah.
I do. But when my wife says pork chops are for dinner, I'm like, ooh, it's like enchilada night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or something crazy. It was pork chops. But Mike Brown has become enchilada night. He is so good. He is exactly what this team has needed. Somebody that is an older brother / father figure at times. Somebody that will get in their tail and tell him what's up. I love what the Fox thing where he's like, I don't want to praise him too much. I'm putting words in his mouth, but this is what he said. I don't want to praise him too much because I expect this out of him. This is what he is.
Exactly. And I think he's the perfect combination of that where he gets on, like the game. I think it was the Nets when they won by 1,000 points, and he was like, "Yeah, but that third quarter turnover and that, like, Coach, this was close to flawless, and he's not celebrating." Then there's other times like, man, I think he's a little too optimistic about this loss. So he picks the right time to push and to pull and to hug and to rip, and I mean, like he's got a really good balance and a good read. And I think to your point, Dave, he's perfect for Fox and perfect for this team.
Well, and to your point about his demeanor and his push and pull, It's all very similar, and you can point to Steve Kerr, but really I point to Greg Popovich. It is very Popovichian what he does. Pop is the same way. When you think that, hey, Jay, that's in my ear, that's not on the air, is it? Sorry, we're doing some audio right now. Can we get that? Is there a way to get that out of my ear? Is that on me? Thank you. Sorry, we had some audio fly. So basically, Mike Brown explained yesterday that he and Will Hardy lived part-time at Danny Ferry's house when he was a consultant, when Mike Brown was for Greg Popovich and the Spurs. And Pop was a huge mentor to both these guys. When you see that coaching tree come down, whether it is Will Hardy or Steve Kerr or Mike Brown, and they've had other stops on the way, you really do see the threads of Greg Popovich's style. And that's great to see.
Yeah, it's a good style to have. And right now, you talk about the fragile nature of this league. The last 3 Wednesday for the Kings, Jokic had a shot at the win, missed. Markkanen here had a shot at the win, missed. Technically, he made it yesterday. It was late. I don't know if all 3 go the wrong way. We're looking at it. But they didn't, and the Kings have done some things to get these wins, which has been fun.
Or you could be the Jazz, who have lost 5 in a row by a combined 15
Man, yeah.
That's tough.
It is.
It's tough. And the Kings went and got Toronto on the road. Toronto was in the middle of a stretch where they lost like 4 or 5 in a row by something similar as well. The NBA is just such a fickle thing. Speaking of Will Hardy, he spoke about De'Aaron Fox, and I turned it down. And I'll turn it back up right now.
Half fadeaway free throw line jump shots, which are shots that we're willing to live with. The last play he got on the rim, which hurt us a lot. A couple of plays before that, we botched a switch and he was able to get a dunk. But outside of those 2 plays at the basket, I thought he made a lot of shots over defenders in that middle area of the court, which with a player like Fox, that's what you're trying to make him do. He's a really talented scorer, and you can't press up too far into him or else he's going right by you.
De'Aaron is really, in addition to his free throw shooting, I've also very much enjoyed how he has really perfected his ability to switch speeds to Euro step. And that little tiny free throw line corner jumper he's got, a little DeMar DeRozan in him. It's almost automatic at this point.
Yeah, I remember when he said, it was early in the season when he was off to that great start. He's like, look, I can get to wherever I want to.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in a bragging way because he can. And then there was that stretch where like, hey, he's not looking the same. Like what? And we heard later he was banged up, but he played through it. But look, if you're out there, you're getting critiqued and evaluated. Now it looks like he's back to that. I can get by anybody. I'm comfortable with my game, my space, my pacing. And then when he's, he got a couple of bounces too yesterday. He took like that elbow jumper late that had about 3 bounces and went in.
Right.
But, when you're living right, those are going right now.
One more thing. Here's Sabonis, because we can't get enough on De'Aaron.
He's amazing. Fourth quarter is his quarter. I kept telling him, he started out the fourth quarter. We need you. Turn up. And my job is to get him open. He knocked down a couple of mid ranges. Then he's so fast. Then he just laid up the game winner. He's making the right reads. Once I saw that confidence, he was like, "You go there." I was like, "Oh, it's over. We won."
By the way, during the break, somebody had mentioned, "Hey, I'd said something about DeMontis is better than Vlade," and I understand Kings fans, and a couple of them were like, "Oh, you can't say that yet." No, it's not a. I will say this, and I don't like saying this because I think it's a cop out. I don't think it's a debate. I really don't. He's better than Vlade in every facet of the game. He's a better defender. He's a more efficient scorer. He scores more points per game. He rebounds more per game. He assists more per game. Vlade Divac's career high for assists was 5.3. Domas has him right now. He's got him in every, and by the way, 3.8 assists career for Sabonis versus 3.1 for Vlade. I don't see unless you want to go with some sort of philosophical.
Sabonis' career is only 3.8 in assists.
The Sabonis' career,
Wow.
yeah, because he's really kind of grown since it. And remember, like Vlade was kind of buried in LA with Magic for a while.
Also, Domas's assist numbers, I think, really went down in Indy last year in that Carlisle offense when he wasn't featured as much in a passing role.
Yes, he has been in a sense unlocked, but it's not like he's doing new stuff this year. By the way, this is not brand new for Domantas Sabonis. You've seen this the last few years, and right now Sabonis is averaging 6.7 assists. He averaged that same exact number in 2020 for Indiana. He averaged 5.8. Again, Vlade's career high is 5.3. There's no facet of the game where Vlade is better than Domantas Sabonis or was better in any major category, and especially defense.
Yeah.
And if you want to do some sort of philosophical way, I was saying like, well, you can't measure the intangibles of locker room. And I hear you.
Right.
Vlade's I would say Vlade, not that Domas is he's a great locker room guy. Vlade's like that bring everybody together leader. I submit to that. But Domas is better.
Yeah, Vlade's prime years as a player were probably the last part of his Lakers or his first part of Charlotte. He had really good numbers. Now, he was the fit that they needed here,
Right.
and Domantas is like basically entering his prime.
He's 26 years old.
Yeah.
He's entering his prime. He has, at worst, probably 6 more years of prime. At worst, 6 more years after this of prime basketball. And by the way, not for nothing, put Domantas Sabonis on that 0-2 Kings team. Like, give me a break. I mean, Vlade was fantastic. I don't want to disparage Vlade Divac, but Domantas Sabonis is a better player. We'll take a break. When we come back, just 1 minute away, we have 3 for Madness. Zion, a larger bracket. That's not a Zion thing, by the way. And an old friend of this, San Francisco Giants goes east. We'll do it next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender in the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Happy holidays to all of you. And my friends at American Energy have a present. They want to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up to ensure your system is running safely and efficiently. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. When you purchase a whole home HVAC system, get your furnace half off. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. American Energy has been serving Sacramento since 1981. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And that is extremely important to me and should be important to you. Supporting local business because local business supports you. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All righty. Coming up in 45 minutes, Kayte Christensen will join us fresh back from the mini road trip ahead of tonight's tip-off versus the Atlanta Hawks right here on Sactown Sports. Pregame start. What did pregame start was? 6:30? 6?
Yeah.
Game night at 5:30.
Game night at 5:30. Yeah. I never.
No love for Scott Marsh.
No, well, that's what I'm saying.
No
I feel
love
like
for
we
Henry
should say
Turner.
Coverage starts at 5:30.
I say that in the updates.
Yeah.
You avoid it.
That's the right way to.
Coverage is starting now.
Yeah. That's actually a great point. Right?
Yeah, he's right.
All day coverage as we head into the beginning of the 5-game homestand. But we have a 3-question, 3 for Madness stand starting right now.
All right.
I don't know. What do you want?
Zion Williamson will miss at least the next 3 weeks with a hamstring injury. How much damage will this do to New Orleans?
Listen, Zion Williamson is an MVP caliber player, and he's just really, really good. And New Orleans is really, really solid. It's going to do damage to them because it's tough to lose a guy like that. However, they're not a one-trick pony.
No, and they've done this well so far without Ingram too. Ingram's been out, I want to say something like 25 games.
Yeah.
So, but you take two pieces away.
That's the thing.
Man.
I mean, they were 36 and 46 last year and got into the play-in without Zion Williamson for the most part. I think this is going to hurt them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it'll hurt them. Here's the thing, though. If they look back at the end of the year and they lost a seed or two because of this, but they get Zion Williamson throughout the playoffs, I think they take it in a heartbeat. I think they take it in a heartbeat versus losing him down the road. The problem is Zion, he just can't stay healthy. The Pelicans currently 1 game out of the top spot behind the Nuggets and Grizzlies. I mean, it is just absolutely tight. By the way, the first place Pacific Division Sacramento Kings is 3.5 out of the top spot. It's a shame. You don't want to see injuries happen. I hope this isn't a chronic thing for Zion where every year we're dealing with some sort of injury. I think when you're that young, you're still growing into your body. You're still getting into NBA shape. I know it's not an exact comparison. He's different. But I think body type and ability, I want to say he's probably the closest we've seen to Charles Barkley since Charles Barkley, just the way he can play. And I think we're all robbed not being able to see him.
Yeah, and the other oddity I think about New Orleans, how well they've played without Ingram for a big chunk of the season, now without Zion, we'll see how they do going forward, is that all the years that C.J. McCollum played like an all-star and couldn't get one in Portland, he might be one this year in New Orleans when he has 2 all-stars around him. But I think he might be the guy that gets to the All-Star game.
I think you might. I think you're absolutely right. It's a good trade for them so far. Number 2.
Question 2.
A college basketball committee is mentioning some recommendations to quote-unquote improve the sport. That includes a 90-team March Madness bracket. Is that a good or bad idea?
So stupid. The best thing in college sports is March Madness. I love college football. And by the way, I was gone yesterday. What a weekend for college football, especially that Final Four.
Yep.
What a wonderful weekend. Also, Florida State beating Oklahoma. That was a fun game, actually. This is so stupid. If you had to make an adjustment to the tournament, and I don't think you should. I want to be clear. The only thing I personally would want to listen to is, I think there's something. I think you can make an argument that you make the Final Four in the championship game a 3-game series. I could hear that. It's a revenue enhancer, obviously, so there's the answer there. I know it goes against tradition, but there's something about making it that far. Every team can have a bad game. Every team can have a bad day. And I get that that's a huge part of the attraction to the tournament. But by then, the Cinderellas are pretty much gone. You focused in, for the most part, usually on at least 3 of the 4 best teams in the country, or all 4. If you wanted to make the Final Four or even the championship game a 3-game series, I could listen to that. But Jason, you and I are so in love and have been for decades with this. We do the tournament you run every year. I don't want to see anyone mess with it.
Well, and it was even weird to me from 64 to 68, and they've got these, first 4, and I mean the brackets end up sorting themselves out. But what does a 90-team bracket even look like? Now, more basketball, I think, is fine, but every time you do that, you just diminish. Like, I really don't watch that much of the regular season of college basketball. I used to watch quite a bit. I don't now. It's like, oh yeah, I really like Kansas State this year. Why? I don't know.
No clue.
A hunch. Like I
saw some guy talking about it.
Right.
He made sense.
I saw one highlight on SportsCenter, that game winner. I go, I'm gonna remember them in March.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know. I know why. Money is why they would do it, but it just seems convoluted and just don't mess a good thing.
Oh. Yeah, if you need the revenue so much you want to increase out, I'm pretty sure the networks would pay a pretty penny for a couple extra Final Four and championship games.
Absolutely.
All right, number 3.
Question 3.
The New York Yankees have hired former Giants GM Brian Sabean.
See you later. The New York Yankees.
The New York Yankees. They have hired Brian Sabean, former Giants GM, to be a special advisor to Brian Cashman.
Yeah.
Since Sabean stepped down in SF and reduced his role, they haven't had the same kind of consistent success. How much of a factor has that been for the Giants over the last couple of seasons?
I don't know.
Okay, Jason.
I don't know either. Back to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I mean, because they had the great regular season 2 years ago.
Yes.
Which is looking more like a fluke.
Yeah, it is. It does feel like that's the outlier now, because this last year wasn't great. They had the 3 World Series, but Sabean was kind of the orchestrator behind that. And what was his role? with the Giants.
Listen, he came in
special advisor since he relinquished his GM duties.
In my life as a Giants fan, and the reason I say I don't know is because it's so closed doors and it's just speculation. No matter who you are and how you cover the team, it's really tough to put a finger on it because you don't know ultimately who's saying what, who has more influence than the other. I know this. I know that in my life as a Giants fan, I remember Al Rosen, who came in and brought the team out of, Johnny Vandermeer and 103 lost seasons with Chili Davis and Greg Minton to Robbie Thompson and Jose Uribe and obviously Will Clark, Bob Brenly, that whole crew, and that Roger Craig, man in the fort, who's still alive, by the way.
Yeah.
The 87 and 89 NL West titles, and obviously remember the Earthquake series. That was a golden era. Then everything got into disarray a little bit. What was it, 96, 97, somewhere in there, Sabian took back over and helped turn them around. And that's where you had the Bonds, Kent era.
Remember his first move as Giants GM, first big move was that Matt Williams trade.
So I very, very much, it was Matt Williams and the Indians for Jeff Kent. And was it Julian Tavares?
Yes.
I was absolutely, like, if there was a guillotine and Brian Sabian's head was in it as a little kid Giants fan, I would have done the thing.
Well, it wasn't just fans, media. He had the famous quote, "I'm not an idiot."
Yeah, and I remember if I had a little kid sports talk show right there, I would have gone crazy. Like, I was so ticked off. It was a genius move. He was able to grab Jeff Kent. Jeff was amazing. Barry Bonds, that signing, obviously you knew Bonds was talented, but then to turn into the greatest offensive player, roids, no roids, whatever, in baseball history, he built the park pretty much by himself. They built the park for him. But no titles. You had the Angels, the Angels series and Russ Ortiz and Dusty Baker and blah, blah, blah. That was the closest really they got. But you had some fun. Then 05 to 08, losing seasons. Then you bring in Buster Posey out of Florida State. You grab Tim Lincecum.
Mad Bum.
I think
Posey and Mad Bum were back-to-back drafts, right?
Yeah.
First round picks.
Thank you. I was blanking. I'm sitting there. That's what I was doing. I was like, why am I forgetting Matt Cain? Anyways, Brad Crawford. Sabian was a genius. And really, to have Brian Sabian and Billy Beane operating in the same vicinity miles apart is actually kind of cool for Bay Area sports fans. I don't know what Sabian's role was, and I don't know that I can put a grade on Farhan Zaidi yet because he's been tasked to basically rebuild this ball club.
Yeah, that's a difficult spot.
It is a difficult spot. And you look at stuff like Carlos Correa. By the way, did Carlos Correa sign while I was gone?
We thought he was with the Mets, but that's still not official, right?
Still not official. And I think the baseball world, and a lot of Giants fans, including myself, I wasn't hot on the Korea move to begin with. I said that. But I think a lot of people owe Farhan Zaidi a bit of an apology because he got absolutely killed for that. And guess what? The freewheeling Mets, $354 million luxury tax Mets, they still haven't signed Carlos Correa. Something's going on there. I actually think he's good. I think there's a 50-50 shot he ends up with the Twins. That's back with the Twins. Back with the Twins. Because I think, say, you know what? You played for us. You were fine. That's cool.
Or maybe everybody who does it just like, we're just going to do a shorter deal.
I mean,
we like you, but not at the risk.
There's obviously something there.
Right. Enough to get alarms and red flags.
And I have a lot of respect. If I'm going to put respect on Monty McNair because he's not making these win now necessarily moves, I'm saying this second. If I'm Monty McNair, I'm on a lame duck contract. I'm making sure I trade everything to get in the playoffs this year. Picks be damned, everything, blah, blah, blah. He's not doing that. I appreciate that. Same thing with Farhan Zaidi. Farhan Zaidi, the easiest thing for him to do would have been to waive the physical and sign Carlos Correa. Nobody would have known.
Correct.
He knew he was going to get killed.
Right.
And the fact that he just made that decision, that actually, to me, is one of my favorite moves he's done because it tells me a little bit about his attitude and the character of Farhan Zaidi. But so far, he ain't no Brian Sabian.
Yeah.
So far, he ain't no Brian Sabian. All right. I've been gone in mostly sunny Southern California for the last week. And I'll tell you what, though, this is a true story. While I was gone, wasn't gone from my friendship with my guy Shelby. We had a couple of very nice phone conversations. It's good to be back. It's good to talk to Shelby. Good morning and Happy New Year, my friend. How are you? Oh, hold on. Do I have... There we go. Do I have Shelby? Hi, Shelby. I cannot hear Shelby. Shelby.
I can't hear.
There you are. I got you, buddy. How are you? You hear me now?
No, it's really faint.
It's really faint. All right, I'm going to put Shelby back on hold because I want to make sure that everything on that board is properly pushed, because we're not here to share a quarter of a message or a half of a message. We're here to share the entire message when it comes to Shelby. And you've heard me talk to Shelby a ton about real estate. There's something else we're going to talk about today. Shelby, is that better?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Happy New Year, friend. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So we're talking about something else today. We've talked about refinances. We've talked about purchases. We talked about rates. We talked about date the rate and marry the house and the whole thing. But we're pivoting a little bit to something. You and I had a very long conversation about it. And I'll tell you, I'm very excited to share this because you had a heck of a lot of good points. What are you doing around there these days?
Well, unfortunately, I can't save people too much on their mortgage because interest rates are at all-time lows, for homeowners. It doesn't make sense for them to refinance, take cash out, take a higher rate. So people need a new roof. They want to save money, and solar is their best option. So we pivoted. We opened up a solar arm, so we have solar products available. 3 main benefits of solar. You get a 30% federal tax credit. So the total cost of the system is 30% off. Federal government is pushing everybody to get solar. Another thing, you have control of your electricity. We have rolling blackouts all the time. You can get a battery backup for your home so your power can stay on. You have monthly payment savings. Oftentimes, especially people with PG&E. If you have PG&E, you should call immediately, because we're saving people hundreds of dollars per month on their PG&E bill. Even if you have SMUD, and even if you've looked into solar in the past and you've had SMUD, it's different now. The initiatives keep changing. The incentives keep changing. So circle back. It's way more affordable to get solar right now than ever. And it is the best option for homeowners who want to save money and make a smart decision. And that's what I'm all about.
And I know that, with solar, and I have solar on my house, it's the best decision I ever made. I was getting screwed by SMUD. I know people hear solar and they're like, oh my God, tens of thousands of dollars. What are we doing here? It's crazy. But in just the little bits of conversation you and I have had, and we're going to talk a lot more about this over the next few weeks, you're saving people 30 to 50% off their bill. You got the 30% federal tax credit, dollar for dollar. You got 100% financing. They'll finance the roof. I mean, there's like 100 different ways. I'm almost not exaggerating when I say 100 different ways, not just to save money, but also to make this incredibly simple for people to get solar on their house.
Exactly. I mean, people think, oh, I don't want to take on new debt.
Right.
Right. But when you get solar on your home, you already have a debt to PG&E, and you have to pay it every single month.
Yep.
It doesn't cost people any money out of pocket. And so if you get a solar loan, it's 100% financing. And then the federal tax credit, it's not a tax deduction. It's an actual credit. So if you're a W-2 employee, you already paid in. When you get that credit, it comes back to you in the form of a check. So it's amazing. It costs nothing to see if you qualify. We just need your monthly bill in order to calculate your savings and to design a proposal. And for some of you guys that are thinking, well, I don't want to have to buy solar. You don't even have to buy it. You could do a power purchase agreement. And with that, they come out, they put the solar on their home, on your home. They take the federal tax credit for you, and you just buy the energy from Sunrun at a discounted price.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about this over the next few weeks, including about 3 months from now. There's a deadline where people between now and then are going to be able to save a ton more money long term as well. And I understand we have a new website as well, solarwithshelby.com. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Love it. Solarwithshelby.com. That's solarwithshelby.com. Get on there, get educated, talk to Shelby, talk to his team, save yourself a ton of money. Buddy, we will talk very, very soon. Thank you as always.
All righty. Have a good day.
You too. That's Shelby. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will recap that Kings Jazz win, a big win last night for the Kings. But why do they always seem to get screwed in the process? I'm talking about the refs. We'll talk about that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. And Safe Credit Union. Let us put you first.
I'm in the great outdoors doing a little Dodge watching with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge. Would you look at that? You know, those are some pretty high-powered binoculars you got there, Vince.
Yeah, I use them to spot all the Lasher license plates out there.
Well, there's bound to be a lot because, I mean, you are the big guy after all, and the big guy's known for making great deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns and Longhorns, Tradesmen and Laramies, crew cabs and quad cabs, 4x4s and 4x2s.
I know. Hold on. I see another one.
Another what? Looked like it might have been a new Dodge Challenger.
I think so.
Or a new Dodge Charger. Elk Grove Dodge sells a ton of those, you know. And new Durangos, Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Cherokees, and the new Grand Cherokee, Jeep Compass, Gladiators, and Wranglers, and the all-new Wagoneer. I've heard Elk Grove Dodge has great deals on those, too.
Oh, he's taken off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You lose him?
Oh, no. Just another happy customer migrating back to Elk Grove Dodge.
No surprise there, because for over 40 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings won in a thriller last night in Utah.
115-114. And he's got it again. So, Kings don't take a timeout. We're tied at 1:15. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herter in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the corner has given the Kings the lead.
And that would be the final basket, the basket to nail the game. As the G-Man said, De'Aaron Fox scored 22 of his 37 points in that fourth quarter. No rest for the Kings as they return to the Golden One Center tonight to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Coverage starts with game night at 5:30 on Sactown Sports. Former Kings forward Marvin Bagley has suffered a right hand injury and is expected to miss extended time, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Bagley, who injured the hand in Monday's 135-106 loss to Portland, is undergoing further evaluation to determine the next steps on the injury. Bagley has averaged 10.6 points and 5.9 rebounds off the bench for the Detroit Pistons this season. Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains hospitalized in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati Monday night. Hamlin's agent, Ron Butler, told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that Hamlin's oxygen levels have improved, as various reports suggest Hamlin is now on 50% oxygen assistance. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Fox accelerates. He's going to the rack. Slows down. Got mugged by Markkanen. No foul call. Ball goes to Murray, and the rookie hits the corner three. Boy, what a sequence there. Fox to Sabonis. Top of the foul circle. Backdoor cut. Herter open for the layup. Sabonis gets his 8th assist, and that was pure magic.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off, G-Man. I wanted to get to the dunk.
Utah fans coming out of their seats to their feet. A sellout crowd of 18,200 plus. Watching Fox drive. The hammer thrown down with the left hand by De'Aaron Fox. As emphatic as it could be. And Fox has had several emphatic jams of late, including a vicious two-hand rip against Kelly Olynyk last Friday night in Sacramento. This time, he just powered from the left wing above the iron, hammered it home, still got 56 and a fraction seconds to go. Timeout taken, 113-109.
Let's wind this down. We'll play this clip. This is Lauri Markkanen being fouled by Keegan Murray.
Olynyk, the trigger man, looks and finds Markkanen. Back to the basket, three-point range. Gets to Conley. Driving a kick to Markkanen. Rocks, fires, misses, but he was fouled by Keegan Murray. And the Kings cannot challenge it.
That was a terrible call.
I agree.
They said at the beginning of the season they're going to emphasize not allowed to create contact with an unnatural shooting motion, and that includes kicking out and creating contact. And Markkanen did that. I'm all for protecting players. I'm all for not landing in their or not having a foot in their landing zone because that causes knee and ankle. I hear you. That is a clear example of the rule they said they're going to emphasize. And by the way, Jason, we've seen them emphasize on and off this year. You and I have said it a billion times, whether you're an umpire or a referee, if you're going to have a high strike zone, if you're going to de-emphasize something, just be consistent.
Yeah.
And they're not.
Yeah. I have done my best over the years to okay, I know it's an easy, low-hanging fruit. Go get the officials.
Right.
I think they've just been extraordinarily bad across the board.
Horrible.
And at the Kings, but there's plays last night. I can't remember the quarter, but it sure looked like Fox was way out of bounds, saved a play. Like everybody stopped for the Jazz. Kings scored. I'm like, cool, but didn't they just totally miss that? 4 or 5 calls late that were super questionable. Even when they overturned the Markkanen play on that didn't count.
Yeah.
Not overturned. They said, well, it was a 2. I went, I sure think that's a 3.
Right.
And
talking about the end of the game.
Yeah. And once they review this is going to be heartbreaking. Oh, good. At least it doesn't count. But I'm like, I'm certain that was a 3.
Right.
But somewhere on the floor, they changed it to a 2. There's been a lot of things this year that has happened. And, hey, we have high standards for coaches, for players. I don't think it's unfair to have high standards for refs. They will make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's been a lot of them.
And like you said, it is low-hanging fruit. I said this earlier. I'd love for somebody to point out for me if it exists. I really want to see which teams. Somebody has to have compiled a list of who has been screwed the most in the last 2-minute report. Who has had the most calls incorrectly called against them in the last 2-minute report, or that should have been called, and then rank. I really want to see something numbers wise. Not that it would tell the whole story. There's different situations for different calls, and some are more egregious and more impactful than others. But I'd love to see, because to me it seems like every other game, and I do try to notice when the Kings get the benefit of a couple calls, which they do. But last night, between that and the Jordan Clarkson foul, I'm saying with air quotes.
Yeah.
That I think they were talking about on the TV broadcast. That's 4 points right there.
Yeah.
That's a 3. And then Clarkson, I think, made 1 or 2 on the free, 1 point. It's a 4-point swing in a game that close. You can't do that. And had that Markkanen play counted at the end, we're sitting here all day today talking about how the refs screwed the Kings.
Yeah. And there were plays throughout the game too that just makes you question. I know, I don't feel like Fox gets enough whistles for the amount of times he takes the ball to the basket. But, it's something this team has to play through. I think Coach Brown was on that early in the season. Remember, he went to that card a couple times. I'm like, ooh, Coach, you just started here. I think that was smart. I mean, he did it in a really good way.
Ingratiated himself to the team very quickly.
And the community.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think, but all that being said, they still found a way to win. And it's tough when this happens seemingly a lot right now in the league.
Fox was clutch last night. Career high for fourth quarter points. He's already unbelievably clutch.
Mm-hmm.
One of the, if not the best clutch player in the NBA this year. Fox makes a basket. Kings go up. There's 0.4 left. And they do the Duke versus Kentucky Christian Laettner move, except a 3-pointer. Wonderful pass. Beautiful catch by Markkanen. And for him to be able to turn and make that, let's just stop and say, that was an amazing play by the Jazz.
Yes.
An amazing shot by Lauri Markkanen. As a pure NBA fan, if I didn't have a dog in the fight, I wish that thing had counted, because what a wonderful finish. As a Kings fan, obviously, different story. Should the Kings have fouled?
Fouled.
I'm saying at that point, I was thinking about this because I'm not clear on the rule. Like, what if, is there anything in the rules they could do before the pass comes in?
No, because if you foul, remember it's a situation.
Foul.
Well, it's one shot in the ball, and no time would have come off the clock. And did they win by 1 or 2?
They won by
they won by 2.
2.
So you're now can lose. I mean, I think I won't say they did everything right because they didn't, but if I've seen the play now multiple times, Markkanen starts in the backcourt and he's almost like
do you just triple team Markkanen then?
Well, what Will Hardy even said too is like, look, we just that was like an improv. That's not a play set. They just throw it into the front court. It was a great catch and shoot. But I think you try to do a better job of getting back. Like the Kings still kind of pressured in the backcourt.
Yeah.
I mean, if Conley catches from 80 and skyhooks and banks on it, you have rotten luck. I mean, I'm like,
what are you going to do?
Good for you. Like, let him catch that.
Rotten luck with the Markkanen.
Right. So just try to keep it from getting down. I mean, if I think Barnes gets over there, Murray doesn't foul him, but one of them could have just tipped it out of bounds ball game.
Also, one note as we go to break, all the starters were in double figures. In fact, Murray and Herter were the lowest scorers at 16 points. By the way, De'Aaron Fox, this is just something just to keep note if you ever use the stat, which I hate. De'Aaron Fox was -6 last night. Every other starter was a plus, 3 of them in double figures. De'Aaron Fox was a -6 with 37 points on 15 of 22 shooting and 6 assists and everything he did in the clutch.
Yeah.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, hey, why not hear from somebody that was actually there? We'll hear from Kayte Christensen at 8 o'clock. Let's talk about De'Aaron Fox. Let's talk about Sabonis as well. We've done a lot of Fox talk today, what DeMontis is doing this year, what he did last night. We'll do it next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pie Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pie, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, with pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, which means no additional bill if your business grows.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pie Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax-confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
It looks like your luggage is over 50 pounds. Is there anything you can take out?
Oh, yeah. Let me just toss all these $20 bills.
Great. Let me grab you a trash can.
Stop. Instead of throwing money away, move some clothes into a carry-on. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
American Energy wants to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. With 0% financing and payment plan options available, there's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 50% off furnace when you purchase a whole home HVAC system. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with other offers or specials.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here I am, just trying to call our friend during the break. Say, hey, we got a late night last night on the plane. Still want to come on at 8 o'clock. I know Katie's been a little under the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So I call her.
Was that you or her?
That was me trying to do my imitation, which I'm sure she'd hate. She was sleeping. I was just talking this morning about how I think she needs more sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I woke her up. She has her alarm set for like 7:55. And now she's not going to be able to go back to sleep. I can guarantee that.
Really?
Well, I mean,
yeah, well,
we've all been there.
Yeah.
You get up, you open your eyes 15 minutes before your alarm goes off. You're like, yeah. I'll just get up.
Yeah.
Like De'Aaron Fox got up last night in the fourth quarter.
Yes, he did. That was so great to see.
9 of 10, 22 points. The game winner. We've been talking about him all morning. But, okay.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
It feels so funny because the way the game goes along, there was a moment here in studio yesterday, and Henry and Deuce and I are in here, and the Kings played a great first quarter, and then the second quarter they were kind of going just turnovers, just nothing's happening, and I literally said this phrase in that chair you're sitting in. I go, hello, paging De'Aaron Fox,
right?
Like, are you going to play tonight?
Right. Hi.
I feel weird that I said that, and then he just, I mean, it wasn't what triggered him.
Feel weird. He heard you.
Yeah. He was doing nothing.
36 points in 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, and not that I'm taking a big step, but with everything we talked about earlier going on this year with the Donovan Mitchells and Giannis's and Joel Embiid's of the world putting up crazy numbers, Luka, De'Aaron's getting a 50. At some point,
think so?
De'Aaron's getting, he already has, 5 40-point games in his career?
Yeah.
He's getting a 50. He's getting a 50. Because he's so capable of that. He's 100% capable of having a 30-point half, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying, he's capable. What do you have, 22? He's not going to score 88.
Right.
I think De'Aaron can pull out. Listen, and I mean, no offense to this guy. If Tony Delk can score 50,
right,
De'Aaron Fox can score 50. By the way, here's some numbers for you. I want to shout out NBA University for this stat. There's all kinds of cool stats going around yesterday about De'Aaron and today. 37 points, 22 in the fourth, along with the game winner. It's not a fluke. Before yesterday, he had the highest field goal percentage in the clutch of any qualifying player in the NBA. 58.8% in the clutch. That's fantastic. Now, is this going to get him a return to Utah in a few weeks for the All-Star game? Again, I think I don't know that he should be, but I think he is a bubble player right now in a very loaded way. He's going to have to be a reserve. Coaches are going to have to vote. Neither he nor Sabonis is in.
But he's not getting voted in.
He's not getting voted in. No. He'll get selected.
Right.
De'Aaron's going to need some help from the coaches, and I got a feeling that Will Hardy is probably one of those guys that might just vote him in.
Yeah,
after seeing that,
when you start to really look at it, I mean, for us that watch them every game, I know they both played like one, and I think they both deserve to be there.
Yeah.
When you really start to then do the numbers and do the math, I think what's going to be tricky is I hope everyone that's voted in deserves it.
I agree with you.
Because the 5, sometimes there's a player like, well, it's what the fans want to see. And you go, they wouldn't have been an all-star. Well, they're taking a spot. I think where it's going to be interesting, Dave, is there's a bunch of players in the West that they're going to have to decide a number of games threshold here.
Yeah, I agree.
Steph Curry's likely going to get voted in, and he's an all-star, but like he's missed a good chunk of time.
Yes,
Anthony Davis, if he doesn't get voted in, I don't think he's in.
Right.
But he's played like an all-star in the amount of games he's been in. Zion's now going to miss the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, that's someone to think about that would have been an all-star.
I didn't even think about that. That's going to open, I mean, likely. When is the all-star? February 18th-ish?
Yeah, he would be back. But, you know, does he play enough games? Booker, if he misses a total of a month, he's been an all-star. He's probably the team's only all-star, but there's a lot of guys like that. Then what's helping them out potentially too are other people that were regulars that likely won't. You know, Karl Anthony Towns, I think, has missed too much time.
Right,
and he's been an all-star before. Kawhi's been one. He won't. I don't think he'll be one this year. You've had people, you know, Donovan Mitchell and Gobert were spots for the last couple of years. They're in different conferences now. So, well, not Gobert's not, but I don't think he's an all-star. Mitchell's in a different conference. So you look at it, then you also go to a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's one of the 5 guys scoring 30 or more. He's on a losing team. So there's going to be some tough decisions to be made.
Would you rather have 26 games of Steph Curry or 33 of De'Aaron Fox this year?
Well, I mean, Steph's better.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
But is 7 enough? But
that's what I'm wondering.
But it's 7 today. Like, that's 40 to 26. Now you're 14. I don't know when Steph's coming back.
I just, that was a little exercise I was trying to do in my head. How many more games would De'Aaron have to play before you would make that call? Because we both obviously think it's better.
But I think he's a good one that I think he'll get voted in.
I think he will get voted in.
He's usually the lead vote getter.
And I said this before, I'm not a fan. I'm absolutely not a fan of how the league is running this, where if you follow the NBA.com link, at least when I did it, I happened to click on the Minnesota link and it confused me because I had already voted for Rudy Gobert and Karl. They automatically
pre-fills it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
Because you're now encouraging, you know, when I don't know, Patrick Beverly is starting, you know.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned that 5 players currently averaging 30 or more points, including Jason Tatum and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 30.8, Luka at 34.3, leading them all. Here's what's crazy, though, if you want to extend it a little bit. 8 players, including LeBron, averaging 29 or more.
Yeah.
LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, and Kevin Durant are all averaging 29-something points. And can we just pause and then, just because this got put in front of me and I have ADD, 29 points, 8.2 boards, 6.6 assists for LeBron James at 57 years old.
In his 20th season. Like, I know they showed those graphics last year in his 19th season, how much ahead he was of any of these other legends that played that long. He's blowing everyone away now in his 20th season.
We're going to look back, I think, at the latter half of LeBron's career, barring some sort of turnaround we can't see, and say that his move back to LA really screwed a lot of us. I know they got the bubble title, yeehaw. That was weird. But LeBron James on the NBA spectrum has been made largely irrelevant. You have LeBron James is going to miss more than likely the playoffs for what, third time in 4 years after making the NBA finals. What was it, 9 straight? He's become irrelevant on the national. He's a great individual player, playing for a terrible franchise, and we're losing. Like, I want to see LeBron James in the playoffs. I want to see him contending. I want to see him on a team where they're relevant. He's irrelevant.
Send him to Sacramento.
Send him. Let him finish it all where it started. And, you know, the thing we're going to hear about.
You know how to get him here.
Draft his kid.
No.
Oh, what?
Tell him he gets to light the beam after every win.
Light the beam? I was maybe a hair care product. I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, hey, I turned off my
we could endorse that together.
you and LeBron. Hi, it's Jay and LeBron 4. They do a little spray thing. I'm just
Jason
saying,
will be our tester.
I'm just saying it's sad. Wow, that was a stray at Jason, wasn't it?
I didn't.
No, I'm trying to get him involved and give him some money.
One last crazy stat for you, real quick, because we've been talking a lot about De'Aaron Fox. A couple games ago, Damar Hamlin became the first player since the merger to average 20 points, 13 boards on 68% or better field goal percentage shooting. He also just tied Nikola Jokic in true shooting percentage. He's leading the league in rebounds per game. He is plus 11.5 on off court this season. He truly is having. He's not going to be the MVP. He's not going to be top 5. He's having an MVP caliber season. It's really, really fun to see. We'll take a break. When we get back, Sleepy Kayte, let's see how sleepy she sounds. She joins us next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com, 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
I'm in the great outdoors doing a little Dodge watching with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge.
Would you look at that?
You know, those are some pretty high-powered binoculars you got there, Vince.
Yeah, I use them to spot all the Lasher license plates out there.
Well, there's bound to be a lot because, I mean, you are the big guy after all, and the big guy's known for making great deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns and Longhorns, Tradesmen and Laramies, crew cabs and quad cabs, 4x4s and 4x2s.
I know. Hold on. I see another one.
Another what? Looked like it might have been a new Dodge Challenger.
I think so.
Or a new Dodge Charger. Elk Grove Dodge sells a ton of those, you know. And new Durangos, Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Cherokees, and the new Grand Cherokee, Jeep Compass, Gladiators, and Wranglers, and the all-new Wagoneer. I've heard Elk Grove Dodge has great deals on those, too.
Oh, he's taking off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You lose him?
Oh, no. Just another happy customer migrating back to Elk Grove Dodge.
No surprise there, because for over 40 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Hi, guys. It's Mark. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Wednesday, January 4th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Coastside Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. You'll also get a gift that can produce rapid and powerful results in minutes. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. And today only, we're offering 6 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is an unprecedented offer worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify totally free. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today, Wednesday, 916-603-2000.
We all know the pain of being stuck in the past. But with Roseville Electric, you can get current. Roseville Electric provides you with clean, reliable electric solutions for your home or business. Whether you're looking to go electric, reduce your carbon footprint, or simply save on your monthly energy bill, Roseville Electric has a solution for you. For more info, visit getcurrentroseville.com today.
At Folsom Lake Honda, in addition to great prices on new Hondas, we stock the best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, and each one of those vehicles is priced to sell now.
With new cars in high demand, Folsom Lake Honda has a great selection of quality one-owner trades with low miles, and each is priced to sell now. Every used vehicle on the lot comes with a Carfax vehicle history report and has passed a safety inspection. Shop our entire selection at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda stop.
This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings won a thriller last night in Salt Lake City.
115-114. And he's got it again. So, Kings don't take a timeout. We're tied at 1:15. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herter in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the quarter has given the Kings the lead.
And that would be the final score of that game, with the Kings taking the lead with 0.4 seconds left. As G-Man said, De'Aaron Fox scored 22 points in the fourth quarter. He had 37 overall for the game. No rest for the Kings as they return to the Golden One Center tonight to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Coverage starts with game night at 5:30 on Sactown Sports. Former Kings forward Marvin Bagley has suffered a right hand injury and is expected to miss extended time. This according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Bagley, who injured his hand in Monday's 135-106 loss to Portland, is undergoing further evaluation to determine the next steps on the injury. Bagley has averaged 10.6 points and 5.9 rebounds off the bench for the Detroit Pistons this season. Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains hospitalized in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati Monday nights. Hamlin's agent, Ron Butler, told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that Hamlin's oxygen levels have improved, as various reports suggest Hamlin is now on 50% oxygen assistance. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right. Seems to be some sort of controversy on the text line about Kayte. I got to get to the bottom of this. I honestly haven't noticed it. Someone says, instead of saying, well, let's bring her on right now. He's talking to her. Never mind. Let's bring her on right now. The analyst, providing all kinds of color, pretty colors for your Sacramento Kings. Kayte Christensen. Good morning, Kayte.
Good morning, David.
Good to talk to you for the very first time this morning.
Do I sound a little better than when you woke me up at 7:40 this morning?
Well,
how rude.
I did my imitation
5 minutes before my alarm went off.
I did an imitation that I thought I was trying to be nice. So I did I did mention that I had called you. I said I called you because I was worried you'd been a little under the weather. Not like G-Man, by the way. My goodness, but
oh, I know. No, I'm feeling. I was a little under the weather when we left, but I'm feeling much better. But yeah, poor G-Man. I'm loading him up with tea and lozenges. That poor guy.
I wanted to just make sure and give you an out in case, late flight. Wanted to make sure you were going to come on, so I called you 15 minutes prior, and I explained to the audience that the phone rang, and all I heard was 20. And all I heard was,
yeah. That is not at all what. Oh my God! Talk about over dramatization.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Do you say bite of the cherry instead of bite of the apple? This is a controversy going on the text line right now.
What are they suggesting?
Bite at the cherry.
A bite at the cherry?
Yeah.
Is that a Katieism or is that a real thing?
No, that's a real thing.
Because you have some altruism.
You gave them. No, I mean, this is something that has been used on every team I've ever been on. You can't give them 3 bites of the cherry.
Isn't the cherry something you consume in one bite?
Yeah, it's just one bite. Yeah, who takes 3 bites off?
I didn't make it up.
What was the other thing you said? I don't even know if this is error-worthy. So stop me. It was something about us.
Is this why you brought me on?
No.
Talk about things that I say on live TV when things happen instantly and you're just expected to be perfect. I'm
answering the people want to know. They love you.
I'm just clarifying.
Is this something too about a horse? Something about a horse. We were arguing about this 3 months ago. You and I. It was something you picked up on the farm about you can't. Something with the horse. Is something horse?
I haven't said that this season, but barn foundered.
What?
It's called barn foundered. When it's say a great basketball example of it. It's the end of the road trip and you just want to get back home. So barn foundered with a horse. It's when you've been out working all day on the horse and you're on your way home and they see the barn and they just take off. They just want to get home.
Oh. Okay. Well, can't light a porcupine on fire and throw it in the barn and call it licorice, right? I don't know. Kayte, is it just...
You want to talk about basketball?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you,
okay.
And then I was going to let Jason be a pro and ask real questions. We both don't like the low-hanging fruit of refereeing. I know as an ex-player, you don't like that either, and that it's real easy to hang on the refs, but are we incorrect that it just seems that almost every other game the refs are missing multiple really bad calls?
I'm assuming you're talking about the foul
about Clarkson and Markkanen.
And then Markkanen,
yeah.
Yes. And I've been awake all of 20 minutes now, so I haven't checked the last 2-minute report.
It's not out yet.
Okay, good. Yeah. They're not awake yet either, Dave. Anyway, I think first of all, I will say that officials have an incredibly difficult job.
Yes.
Because there's things that we have to watch multiple times on a replay to get right, to see what actually happened. And more times than not, they make the right call. Like, even if it's 80%, they're way better than I could ever, imagine to be. And, they're humans as well. They make mistakes. It's hard to see everything. Angles matter, all that stuff. But I also feel like, to a certain degree, the Kings have a little bit of a hill to climb when it comes to kind of earning the benefit of the doubt, especially when it comes on the defensive end, because, to be honest, they haven't been a great defensive team for several years. So, I watched that entire Atlanta Golden State game last night on the way back on the plane. And what Klay Thompson gets away with defensively is astronomical, And so I think part of it is reputation. Part of it is what have you done, success. And I hope that changes, over time, but it can be really frustrating. And I understand from a player perspective, it can be understanding, and from a fan perspective, man, it's infuriating. So yeah, there was a couple big ones last night.
Kayte, building a reputation is what De'Aaron Fox is doing in the late games. Last night's fourth quarter, just the levels of domination that he had, as far as 9 of 10, he hit a 3, he had free throws, his mid-range, and then he got to the basket. But it felt like, Kayte, he got everything he wanted from Utah, in a sense where he got the switch he wanted. He forced them into doing things maybe they weren't doing all game. I know you called it last night, but his fourth quarter was brilliant on so many levels, in my opinion. What did you think of what you saw from him?
Yeah, it was, and really, it built through the game, right? Like I think, if memory serves, on the stat sheet, the first quarter stat sheet, he had 1 point. I think he had hit a free throw, but he was 0 of 1 from the field. And then the game really built for him. And in the fourth quarter, I think what was really spectacular about him is that he was able to just knock down these shots that you kind of scratch your head, like, how in the world does he continue to get them? He had that 1 Euro step where he went out, then in, then back to the left side, and he's so fast. And then he now has the ability to go in super slow motion, right? And I think, and I said it on the broadcast, that is the biggest improvement from his rookie year to this season, is his ability to use his speed and then change up, like, his speed and kind of, it's not just about going 100% all the time. It's a change of pace, and he has that. And because of that, his speed paired with being able to change pace, he gets these shots that, you're sitting here going like, oh my God, I can't believe it feels like he can get anything he wants. And he has said that this year. But what I thought was really, really interesting about the fourth quarter last night, you guys, is it had 3 straight plays of back-to-backs. It was the same exact play. First, it was Domas kind of on the right high elbow, like a step off the elbow, and it was a backdoor to De'Aaron Fox on the right side, layup. Next play down, same play, backdoor, and it was that spectacular catch by Keegan Murray, and it was the and one where he tipped it in, gets fouled, 3-point play. And then the next play, it was Kevin Huerter, and it was the same play. And I think because of how they dismantled them defensively with that backdoor cut by raising everyone up and opening up that key and really creating a ton of space, they were so worried about it. But De'Aaron ended up getting like 3 shots where there was no one in sight. And he kind of hesitated on the first one. It was a left corner, a left elbow jumper. And he kind of got in the paint and no one was there. They were so concerned about the backdoor cutting. And he had like 3 shots in the fourth quarter where there wasn't any defense around him. And he knocked every single one of them down. But he is just playing at a level. And I found it interesting that, last night Coach Brown said he's just scratching the surface. And I believe that. I do believe that he is just kind of scratching the surface of his all-star level play. And Coach Brown also talked about, he waved me off multiple times in the fourth quarter. And I think sometimes, we can hear that and it sounds like, oh, he's not listening to his coach for play calls. But Coach Brown gives him that ability to wave him off at any time because he trusts him to see what's going on the floor, to anticipate, to make plays for himself, but also to make plays for others. And I think that was maybe the highest compliment he could have gotten, is the fact that, he's seeing the game at such a level right now, and not just for himself, but for other people, that he has the faith of his coach to just make play calls down the stretch.
Kayte Christensen with us. By the way, speaking of refs, should make everybody feel better that Utah, there's a huge controversy in Utah. They think the refs screwed them multiple times during the game, and they think that there should have been 0.6 left on the clock instead of 0.4, and they're doing like instant replays and freeze frames and all that just to kind of show you perspective. Katie, we'll finish with this. Did you think Damar Sabonis was this good?
Did I think that what?
Did you think Damar Sabonis was going to be this good?
Oh, did I think he was going to be this good? I knew he was really good. I will be honest and say I had no idea that he was going to be at this level. And it's kind of wild because, you cover someone and even though he was in Indiana and you only get him twice a year, you watch all kinds of games. And I feel like, whether it's the system or the players around him, like this is just a really great fit for him. And he has a ton of freedom. And really like what I think I'm most impressed with is his IQ. And it's wild because I think back to when Rick Carlisle was here before, we played them, and he paid him just the most massive compliment I think I've ever heard a coach pay a player. He talked about his IQ, and he went down the list of players that he compared him to, guys that he played with when he was in the league. Larry Bird, Luka. He said he was talking about there's guys that are smart, and there's guys that have a high basketball IQ, and there's guys that are like savants when it comes to basketball. And he called him a basketball savant. And you know what? He's kind of proven to all of us now that have had the pleasure of watching him, since he got here in February last year, that he is just, he's on another level. He's like superhuman.
Well, you're superhuman, Katie, and she joins us each and every Wednesday at 8:00. Not against battling illness, but you're superhuman in every other way. So we appreciate you.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, Katie. Hey, now that you're back home from the road trip, I know you got a game tonight. Maybe take it easy this afternoon. What do you think?
I got to pick up my little. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on now. You know this life.
All right. Have a good call tonight. Thank you, dear.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. That's Kayte Christensen. And Jason, we want to get to Wine Wednesday here, but even more than wanting to get to Wine Wednesday, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, we do, because all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Now, what are we going to? We're going to take a quick break here. And by quick break, I mean literally 60 seconds. We'll come back. Wine Wednesday. What are you ticked about? Oh, I've got one, and it involves Skip Bayless. Yeah, we'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about ACR Solar and ACR Solar Home Services. They do so many different things for you, for your house. Of course, solar, it's in their name, but the home services part is what really connected with us when we were looking for a new roof this summer. I'm so glad we did that, by the way, with the storm we just had, with the one that's coming, and all this weather that we're going to be going through, which, again, we need some of this rain, but those are circumstances that make you nervous as a homeowner. Is everything going to be okay? We had leaks in our garage a year ago, and so I know this year we would have been in a much different situation, but not now, because we have that brand new roof thanks to ACR Solar and ACR Home Services. You can get involved with them, and I'm telling you, they stayed to their word. Once we met with Joe Peterson, the roofing expert, everything he told us that was going to happen did happen. He was on site. He was thorough. He even got his hands dirty himself, did some of the work, and it's just great when you know you've got someone communicating with you what's going on about the crew, when they're going to arrive, when they'll be done. and then the results. Obviously, we got a brand new roof. It looks great. We've got good curb appeal, and we got a roof that's going to last us a long, long time and give us that peace of mind we're looking for. So if you're in that spot, you're looking for anything like that, from home services to solar, check out acrsolar.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
John Hollinger thinks Utah got screwed.
Who asked him?
Yeah, exactly. He thinks the marking and shot was a foul. He's right on marketing, but
Hollinger has this weird thing with the Kings.
He
I've
really
never
does.
understood.
I don't either. Also, I will say this. What quarter was it? Was it fourth? When Keegan Murray was sliding and they called a jump ball?
Nobody had possession.
Like not even close, bud. You know what the heck that was.
Bud.
And not a great night for the Zebras at all. For the love of wine, it's Wine Wednesday. So your wine of the week. Brought to you by 23 Wines, Jason.
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
When you said your tease, by the way, I'm like, I know where he's going to go. Because I thought you were impacted pretty significantly on this, on your travel. I thought you were going to talk about a certain airline that had a rough...
low-hanging fruit, though.
No, you're right. I'll say this about Southwest. My flight was canceled. I'm just going to say me personally, because compared to what other people had to deal with, it was nothing. I just had to drive down. It's 8-hour drive instead of a flight. I flew back yesterday. If any of you were affected, I said this on Twitter, by the way, check your junk email boxes if you haven't already. They're sending out 25,000 air points, miles per reservation as a thank you. Also, or as an apology. Also, if you missed anything, cancel whatever, don't forget there's an email link right on their app where you can turn in receipts and stuff to get reimbursed. You can't say anything good about Southwest and what happened. I will say this, for me personally, Southwest has built up a lot of goodwill over the years where I'm willing to keep going there. I think they're a fantastic airline. They're not perfect. It's a massive operation. They certainly failed in this situation. I hope that their infrastructure changes for the better now because of it. No, my Wine Wednesday is more. I didn't get a chance to weigh in on Damar Hamlin and the fallout. We talked a little bit about this morning. And I'm hesitant to bring up the name Skip Bayless for a couple reasons. First off, I think it's dumb when media talks about other media. And I don't get into, radio wars. I don't get into what other shows are doing. And I know that's a easy way to get numbers. People want to do the Jerry Springer thing and Jerry, and go back and forth. I think everybody works hard. Everybody does a good job. And in Skip Bayless's case, I don't like bringing him up for that reason, but mainly also because I don't want to give him any notice. I don't want to give him any credibility. I don't want to give him any publicity, because I know that this morning when Shannon Sharp, who missed yesterday's show, when he showed up this morning on their debate show, they had a lot more viewers because people wanted to see what Shannon was going to say about what Skip Bayless tweeted. If you did not see Skip Bayless's tweet, it was while we were worried about Damar Hamlin's life when I don't even know if he had left for the hospital yet. And Skip Bayless was tweeting about postponing the game, saying, quote, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome," which suddenly seems so irrelevant. It was a ham-handed tweet. Listen, I think Skip has had 500,000 worse tweets. I think I know what he was. I think he was actually trying in his own dumb way to express concern both for Damar Hamlin and for the game, but he said it in a stupid way. And to this point, he's had so many more weird, stupid, goofy, his LeBron obsession. Just he is a hot take. He is the hot takiest of hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been put in a position where he's had to back off, clarify, apologize. And I'm not a cancel guy. I think Skip Bayless should have been gone a long time ago. I don't understand the attraction of Skip Bayless. I couldn't look myself in the mirror. He's a multi-millionaire. made more money in this job than I'll ever make times a billion. But I couldn't sell my soul like that. So Shannon Sharp shows back up on the show today. He's got his opening monologue. Skip still can't shut up. Here's the audio.
Morning. There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead. Let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up.
No, I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly,
no, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
There's a lot of
that sounds fun to be a part of.
Just great.
What a joy.
And for those of you who think that Shannon's acting or over, no, he's not. There's a lot there with. Obviously, there has to be a risk. Listen, I'm sure off air, Stephen A. Smith has said many times he loves Skip Bayless. Maybe he's a great guy off there. I don't know. But, like, dude, not everything has to be about engagement. Not everything has to be about numbers. Speak your mind, even if it ticks off your audience to a point, but be a human.
Right.
And by the way, when you're on social media, always triple check your tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Read them over and over and over again before you hit send, or just don't. Keegan Murray's the smartest one out of all of us. He didn't have Twitter, So, anyways, that's my wine.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah. I'm going to try to layer into what we're all living through right now as far as the weather. There's a fine line. I think we get made fun of here in California because we don't have a lot of this.
Yeah.
And the very first time it rains, it's like, does everybody forget how to drive? But on the other side, this last weekend, power was out in several spots. And I feel like everybody universally knows that if a stoplight is out, it's basically a stop sign.
Yes.
Apparently they don't. And there was multiple intersections where, unfortunately, I had to be out and about a little bit for just not very long. But Dave, a couple of them were, I'm thankful I was slow to get out of the starter's gate here at a stoplight that was out because people just went right through them. And you're going, that's not how this works.
No, it's not.
And so I don't know. It's a whine, but it's really more of a cautionary. Just as I was saying, like sometimes I think we're almost too careful, but be careful. Be careful out there.
I think it's a great message as the rain really begins to come down outside. It's going to be a terribly rough couple of days. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, and it something my dad used to always share with me because he's a motorcycle rider his whole life. It doesn't matter if you're in the right.
Yeah.
It matters if you're not dead.
Right, exactly.
Drive defensively.
Yeah.
It might be your turn.
Right.
That's not going to help you when you're laid up in the hospital because some ding dong.
Yeah, they were wrong. Okay,
great.
Yeah.
That's super awesome.
Right.
Maybe your family will get a better settlement. Please drive defensively.
Yeah.
Please look both ways, especially like you said. It's so true. Weather hits. Storm watch.
Right.
People just lose their stinking minds.
Yeah.
And don't be the guy that's weaving in and out of traffic either. Just don't.
Not now. Hopefully never, but not now.
Yeah, especially, I'm with you. Especially not now.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk to you. We talked to Shelby earlier, and I'm going to spend the next few weeks because Shelby, that's what I like about him, dude. He just wants to save people money. And he's straight up like, yeah, it's not happening it's tough right now with the loans in the markets. So I'm going to pivot on something. Shelby's pivoting into solar. He's still doing loans and stuff. we talked a lot about the solar. I have solar. I wished I'd have waited and gotten it with him. Listen, if you're PG&E, especially, listen to this. Because you're going to save 30 to 50% off your bill. You're going to get a 30% dollar for dollar federal tax credit. Comes as cash back. You save yourself from inflation, from rising rates when you own your own solar. Your energy cost gets locked in. You're like, well, hold on. That's a lot of money out of pocket. No, they'll finance 100%. Yeah, but I need a new roof. They'll finance that too. 100%. Nothing down. 30% tax credit. It's your own energy. It's a 25-year guarantee. Okay, you don't want to buy. I don't want to buy. I mean, I don't know why you don't want to buy. Finance that sucker. Your payment's going to be less than your electrical bill, most likely. Oh, it increases the value of your home. But fine, you don't want to buy? No problem. They'll sell you the electricity off your own roof. They'll install it. I would love to hear from you. I'm going to give you, those of you who are even moderately interested, I'm going to give you a challenge. All right, go to the website, solarwithshelby.com, solarwithshelby.com. Write down your worries, your misgivings. And if Shelby doesn't solve them for you and make you feel better, hit me up at Twitter, at Carmichael Dave. I truly, because I was pounding him with questions. And he made me feel great about every single one. There's nothing but advantages. They're making it so easy. Get in there right now, solarwithshelby.com. When we come back, let's take a look. We got a preview of the Kings and Hawks tonight. I have some numbers on those last 2-minute reports. Where are the Kings when it comes to bad calls? We found it. We'll tell you next.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Coors Light, E2 Family Winery, and Xfinity.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
I'm Tamron Hall. Why give your family just ordinary eggs when they can enjoy the best? Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition compared to ordinary eggs. With 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, 25% less saturated fat, and 38% more lutein. Because the way we care is anything but ordinary. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings won a thriller last night in Salt Lake City.
115-114. And he's got it again. So, Kings don't take a timeout. We're tied at 115. 12 seconds to go. Fox walks the dribble across the logo. You know it's going to be Fox or Sabonis. Herder in the left corner. Fox in the perimeter. 4 seconds to go. Gotta go. Drives. Scoops. Scores! 0.4 of a second remaining. De'Aaron Fox with 22 in the corner has given the Kings the lead.
And that 116-115 would be final on that game winner by De'Aaron Fox. As the G-Man mentioned, Fox scored 22 points in the fourth quarter. He had 37 points overall for the evening. No rest for the Kings as they return to the Golden One Center tonight to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Coverage starts with game night at 5:30 on Sactown Sports. Former Kings forward Marvin Bagley III has suffered a right hand injury as expected to miss extended time. This according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Bagley, who injured the hand in Monday's 135-106 loss to Portland, is undergoing further evaluation to determine the next steps on the injury. Bagley has averaged 10.6 points and 5.9 rebounds off the bench for the Detroit Pistons this season. Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains hospitalized in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati on Monday night. Hamlin's agent, Ron Butler, told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that Hamlin's oxygen levels have improved, as various reports suggest Hamlin is now on 50% oxygen assistance. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on your local sports leader,
Sactown Sports.
All right. The Atlanta Hawks come into town tonight. Kings looking for a little bit of revenge, also a little mini 2-game win streak. Let's talk again about the stretch here for the Kings. This is where they got to get healthy. Third easiest schedule. The remaining, the remainder of the way, which, I mean, listen, that could change. I want to shout out D. Patrick, not Dan, but the other one on our text line. He went ahead and chopped up the last 2-minute reports.
Mm-hmm.
This is shocking yet not. The league leader in .543 incorrect calls per game for the NBA last 2-minute report, the Sacramento Kings. 17 total incorrect calls is third overall in the league. But on average, they lead the league. It's not surprising yet when it's put in front of you. You go, okay.
Right.
I just want to make sure it's not the ones that stick out, but really they're 22nd. And as I tweeted out earlier, we talked about it with Kayte, Utah fans are all over the place about it. They think they got screwed last night.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of a perspective thing. Kings come home right now for a 5-game win streak, and I'm just going to say this right now. I understand this is the second of a back-to-back. But you know who else had a second game on a back-to-back? Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte.
Yep.
They came in and won. The Kings play Atlanta tonight. Atlanta has lost 4 in a row, Jason. They were 11-7 when they beat the Kings. They've gone, is that right? 6-13 since?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woof.
Yeah.
Nate McMillan's not going to last the year. It doesn't look
well, and they had that little weird thing that was reported between McMillan and Trae Young.
Yeah.
Trae Young sat out a game. McMillan's like, well, maybe I'm not going to coach anymore. I'm like, wait, what is happening here?
And
this is a team that was pretty good 2 years ago. Still did okay last year, and they're constantly trying to trade Collins. Like, I just don't know what's going on with Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know what Travis Schlenk and the GM over there. It's interesting. They have talent. We've seen them in the playoffs. It wasn't that long ago they knocked out the Sixers in that huge shocker. But correct me if I'm wrong. This is going to be the second coach that Trae Young has effectively either gotten rid of or not gotten. Didn't he and Lloyd Pierce get into it?
I believe so, yeah.
So, I mean, okay. You should beat Atlanta tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm fairly sure they're a favorite tonight. They should be. You should sweep this homestand.
Oh, wow.
I listen, I hear you. They play Atlanta tonight, and they don't play again until Saturday, where they play the Lakers, who they've already beaten twice this year.
Right.
Then they beat Orlando, who they've already beaten on the road, that buzzer beater from Fox.
But that was they were down 20. That size was a problem.
And Orlando is one of those weird, if they're going to lose, if you told me they were going to lose one game on this road, on this homestand, that's the one I'd actually pick, even over the Hawks tonight.
Okay.
And then they have a back-to-back against Houston.
I don't love that, by the way. I think it's hard to beat a team twice.
I
But
agree with you.
Houston does not have a great record.
I can't sit here and tell you they're going to go 5-0. In fact, if I had to bet, I'd say they're not going to go 5-0 just because, hey, it's the NBA. But I can tell you they're favored by a point tonight. And I can tell you they will be favored in, barring an injury, they'll be favored in every game on this homestand.
Yeah.
There will not be a game. This will actually be the game they are the smallest favorite.
I mean, favored by 1 point is basically
It's basically
nothing.
a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But whether it's Houston, both games, Orlando, the Lakers, they'll be favored by points in all those games. So on paper, they should go 5-0 on paper.
Right.
But also on paper, they should not have lost to Charlotte and they should not have lost to the Wizards. And I hope they're aware of that. I think they are. And I hope they're sitting there going, we're not doing this again.
Yeah. And to me, even the Wizards game isn't, I think the Wizards are better. It's not as bad as losing to the Wizards. So the problem was losing to the Wizards was they were down 30 at home.
Yeah.
Their largest deficit of any game this year was that one to the Wizards at home. That didn't make sense to me. Now, them leading and beating you, but by 30?
They don't go back on the road until the 15th.
Yep.
And then they're playing San Antonio, who is not a great team. And then they go to play the Lakers with hopefully a chance for a nice 4-game sweep. Then they come back and they play Oklahoma City. I mean, this is a stretch right now of 8 games. Listen, I'm not going to say they should go 8-0. They, at minimum, should win 6. At minimum should win 6 of these 8 games. 6-2. If you told me 6-2 right now, I'd take it. Because then you got Philly coming in, you got Memphis coming in, you got Toronto coming in. So you win 1, if not 2 of those 3. And then Jason, starting on January 28th, get ready. Because between January 28th and February 28th, they have the exact opposite of what they've had. They have 3 home games.
Mm-hmm.
They have 3 home games. At Minnie, at San Antonio, at Indy, at New Orleans, at Houston, at Houston. That's a 7-game road trip. Then they come home for a little 2-game series with Dallas, at Phoenix, home Portland, then at LA, at Oklahoma City for 2. There's very winnable games on that road trip, but that is brutal.
Right.
There's a lot of road trip in there. You got the Hawks coming in tonight. You can't look ahead.
Nope.
Like weekend, you got to focus on tonight. This is a hurting team. You got to jump on them.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit, I guess some similarities to last night. They played the Jazz closer in proximity in games, but the Jazz had lost 4 in a row. A lot of heartbreakers. The Hawks really had so many chances to beat the Warriors the other night, but didn't.
Yeah.
They've lost 4 in a row. So I feel like they're going to be kind of that desperate, hungry team. Doesn't mean they win.
Right.
But, then you have to look at the matchups. The Kings didn't play the Hawks very well at all, the previous matchup. If I remember right, I think Malik Monk was their leading scorer off the bench. You didn't have the typical Fox and Sabonis type stats, or impact, I should say, forget stats. And so the Hawks obviously were a problem that day with Murray. You could see what the potential is. Murray and Young and Bogey, Collins. I know Capella's been out, but Okongwu, Hunter, they're better than their record. But here they are at 17-20, I think.
The last time they beat a team with a 500 or better record was December 2nd.
The Hawks?
The Hawks. Last time they beat a team with a 500 record or better was Denver on Friday, December 2nd. That was a home game. Since then, they've
That's a great win.
That was a great win. Since then, they have 4 wins. They beat Chicago at home by 1 point in OT. They beat Charlotte. They beat Orlando. They beat Detroit. They have lost 4 straight. Though, to your point, 143-141 at Golden State in double OT.
Correct.
And before you say, yeah, but it's Golden State. Golden State is very much reminding me of what Philly was doing a couple of years ago with their home and away splits. And Philly's always had, like right now, Philly is 15-5 at home. They're 7-9 on the road. Okay, that's fine. The Golden State Warriors are 3-16 on the road, 17-2 at home.
Yeah.
So for you to take Golden State to 2 overtimes in San Francisco, that's a big deal.
On a day when, what did Clay have, 54, something like that, 52?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Clay is not washed?
No.
Right?
No, he's not.
Atlanta, in the meantime, sitting at 17-20. As we said, they've lost 4 in a row and just 4 once. Can we just be the team that isn't the Robitussin? We see the wounded animal and we just go for the throat.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. I want to be up 35-20 after one. I want Kevin Huerter playing against his old team at home. I want him red velveting everything. By the way, we got to chase down. I don't know. Red velveting is a verb.
Yeah, we're going with it.
I don't know what that means. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have news. We have notes. We have our first all together celebrity birthdays of 2023. I'm excited. We'll finish the show next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
It's time to get your wallet back in top condition. Talkin' Money with Jeff Tarbell is back. Saturdays, 10 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports.
Talking money.
We all know the pain of being stuck in the past. But with Roseville Electric, you can get current with clean, reliable electric solutions for your home or business. For more info, visit getcurrentroseville.com today.
Hi guys, it's Mark. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Wednesday, January 4th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Coastside Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. You'll also get a gift that can produce rapid and powerful results in minutes. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. And today only, we're offering 6 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is an unprecedented offer worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify totally free. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today, Wednesday, 916-603-2000.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
If you like to walk when you play, you're looking for a golf bag that's easy to carry. If you ride in a cart, you're looking for a bag with lots of storage area. Sun Mountain has come up with a bag that serves both masters. The Sun Mountain 4.5 LS 14-way stand bag is a lightweight, mid-sized bag weighing about 5 pounds. With the Easy Light dual strap system, it's built for carrying while incorporating cart-friendly features. The Sun Mountain 4.5 LS 14-way offers a cart strap pass-through which runs behind the clothing pocket so you can still get into the pockets while the bag is secured to the cart. The 14-way top refers to individual full-length club dividers that organize and protect your clubs. 9 pockets include a full-length clothing pocket, a hydration pocket, multiple accessory pockets, and a water-resistant velour-lined valuables pocket. With 8 colorways available, you'll find one to fit your personality. I've met the designers of this Montana-based company, and they go to great lengths to design and construct products that work. Learn more at sunmountain.com. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, guys. This is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Ooh.
You guys asked. Not just one person. 2 people.
2?
A dynamic duo, some might say, for your Sacramento Kings.
Whoa.
Let's look at some season averages for Damar Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox.
Let's.
Domas is averaging 18.7 points per game, 12.4 rebounds per game, and 6.7 assists per game. That's pretty darn good.
That's pretty darn good.
De'Aaron Fox is averaging 23.8 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 5.9 assists per game.
A lot of numbers. You're going to make Jody Bacon mad. I'm just saying. It's not me, Jody.
Well, here's an easy number that everyone can digest. The Kings have a top 10 record in the NBA.
What?
I wasn't sure if that was like a real or fake reaction.
No, I mean,
it's kind of like a hybrid of both almost.
You know, last year, it was, I believe, February 5th that the Kings won their 20th game. February 5th.
A little better this year.
Different team.
Team.
Who's not?
Who?
I don't even know if this qualifies under who's not. I'll leave that to you guys and the audience because this is just a mind-boggling statistic to me. The Brooklyn Nets are 1-6 when Ben Simmons makes a free throw.
What?
The Brooklyn Nets are 17-3 when Ben Simmons doesn't make a free throw.
Oh, you just got to miss everything.
Does that
is he missing or not getting to the line?
Not missing, not making.
Oh, wow.
17-3.
That's so. Is that hot or not?
That's what I was saying. I don't know.
That's
because it's like a hybrid one as well.
You know who's not hot then, since yours was kind of on the fence? Kevin McCarthy. They're going back to the vote today, right, for a fourth round. Here's what I say. I said this yesterday. If you don't get through the fourth round, it's penalty kicks. It's the only way to solve it.
It's not penalty kicks. I think in politics they go to a shootout, actually.
News and notes right now, please.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
Look at the imaging on that.
Never mind.
Just want to remind everybody, because you gave out that King stat, here's a fun one for the water cooler today. By fun, I mean it's not. The last time the Sacramento Kings won a playoff game, April of 2004.
Why are we doing that?
That's not 2004.
April of 04. Last playoff win.
No.
It wasn't? Oh, no, that's right. It was
they won
Kevin
in 06. Yeah, Kevin Martin.
They won 2 games in that series.
Wait, because I know the stat is right,
Who's
though.
putting out lies?
I'm looking at this graphic, which is wrong.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're
Is that an
100%
Instagram
correct.
graphic?
But here's the thing.
Can't be wrong.
Isn't it right that the Sonics have won a playoff game since the Kings?
No.
I thought it was.
Unless they won one in
won
the
one.
07 season, which I don't believe so, because they had the number 2 pick the next year and drafted Kevin Durant.
Yeah, because the Kings won in 06 against the that was the
Spurs.
Kevin Martin against the Spurs.
And like Jason said, they won 2 games in that series.
Graphic sucked. Yeah, hey, so you know what's
Hey,
fun
bro,
around the water
stop
cooler?
feeding fake news from Twitter
Oh,
or
that's just-
IG.
That's a heck of a duo, by the way. That Sabonis Fox duo.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I think they're pretty good as well. By the way, I also want to remind all of you too. We said it before, we say it again, since we are in the news and notes. Rain's coming down.
Yep.
Please drive safe. Please don't, like my friend's sister-in-law was trying to convince them that this would be a great weekend to go to Tahoe. Come on home and drive on up. No. Stay home and make some soup or a stew.
Yeah.
Stay
and
out
be
of-
safe.
Yeah. Take care of your animals. Bring in stuff that could blow over, you know. Today is National Missouri Day. You ever been?
Show me.
Show me. It's a show me state. You been to Missouri?
I have not been to Missouri.
Neither
That
have I.
is not on my list of states I've hit.
I refueled, I don't know, in Kansas City once. Does it count?
Wait, Kansas City, Kansas or Kansas City, Missouri?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Does it count, should it count, that you've been to a state if the only thing you've done is maybe gone outside and stretched at the airport?
I kind of feel like it's a meal or a night stay.
Yeah.
Agree
Kind
with
of.
Jason.
Yeah,
Some
I
hybrid
agree.
of one of those two. If you've done both, then you've definitely been to that state.
So if you say, well, I've been to this state, but you never left the airport.
Nah.
No, you
Yeah,
haven't.
I landed in Florida. No, did you, get out there and, no.
I want to say this too, and I'm not going to mention anyone specific. I also have a question. Jay, feel free to help me on this.
Yep.
Why do airports advertise?
So that you fly out of them?
So somebody's just going to be chilling? Somebody's going to be chilling and be like, the commercial. I'm going to fly now.
Yeah.
Got to see that rabbit.
2 airports in Sacramento. You got to pick one.
I'm not talking about Sacramento. Sacramento Airport, of course they should advertise.
Okay, but like in SoCal, there's like 50.
And let me tell you one thing. The coolest airport I may have ever been to was last night in Palm Springs. Oh, my God. You go through security, and then you get into this courtyard. It's an open-air courtyard. By the way, good thing I don't smoke anymore. You can smoke. It's the first time I've ever seen anybody be able to.
Oh, because it's open air.
Yeah, they have smoking sections after security. I'm like, that would have come in handy a few months back. Today is World Hypnotism Day. You ever been hypnotized?
Not to my knowledge.
Same here. Jay?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't want to either.
Especially at the state fair. Like, why would you trust state fair people?
They turn you into like a chicken.
I don't want to be balking.
Well, I think I'd be good at it.
You think you'd be a good?
Yeah. And they're like, man, that guy's really a chicken. And he believes it. And I don't know if I'd snap out of it. And I'm just here every day going,
no, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He's a chicken.
Today is World Braille Day. Let me just say, I don't know if superheroes are real, but I've always thought it was kind of a superhero thing to be able to read Braille. Like, how rad is that, dude? Whoever came up with that, and then to be able to do that, you're just running. I have a hard enough time reading with my eyes. You're reading with your fingers. Bumps. I understand you get used to it. I understand if you've done it your whole life, it's second nature. I can't imagine reading anything with my fingertips.
Right.
Shout out to whoever invented. Shout out to Jonathan Braille and anyone who can read Braille.
JB.
Today is National Spaghetti Day.
Yes, love spaghetti. I had spaghetti last night.
Do you prefer spaghetti or spaghetti meatballs?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm a spaghetti. I love both, but I like spaghetti meatballs.
Yeah, but generally meatballs, but then there's still meat sauce, right? In that?
I want meatballs and spaghetti and meat sauce.
Yes.
This is going to sound weird.
But also, I don't like spaghetti anymore. Like, that's too thick. Angel hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Spaghetti's rope.
You're 100% correct. I thought I was the only one here.
No, I used to, as a kid, I'm like, this is all I ever had. But
absolutely.
then now that I've had angel hair, I prefer angel hair.
Forget about it. You're 100% right. Spaghetti, actual thick spaghetti, trash. And yes, I've had homemade spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
No.
I would eat them.
The super thin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
Oh.
Have you ever had that the chili on spaghetti thing?
I have. Bob's Big Boy.
Is it better than I think it is?
Yes.
I feel like it would be good.
Yeah. I haven't had it. Keep in mind, I think I had it when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoyed it a lot.
Sounds like a stomach issue too.
It could be. As a kid, though, you're iron gut.
Yeah.
You can handle anything.
And last thing, I know the answer here is no, and you're going to look at me weird, but have you ever had a spaghetti burrito?
No, but I'm actually not looking at you weird. I'm intrigued.
Really?
Yeah.
I have.
I'm not.
It actually works. You just put the spaghetti and wrap it up nice and tight in a burrito.
I've seen, doesn't Panda Express do, burritos now, too?
Panda Express?
I think so. But, with their Chinese food inside of it.
Oh, my God. That sounds intriguing. I want a Beijing beef burrito.
Orange chicken burrito.
Chicken burrito.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I've done a version of that, wrapped up spaghetti and garlic bread, made like a little mini sando.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I can see that.
This isn't the burrito. Isn't a burrito a Latin cuisine sandwich? Right? Does that work?
Is a burrito a sandwich?
Is a burrito a sandwich?
No, it's a burrito.
Well, let's contemplate
Is
that.
It a hot dog.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Ooh.
No, is burrito a hot dog?
A hot dog a burrito.
I'm going to contemplate that while we get to celebrity birthdays.
I'm a chicken.
Bagak! Who's turning what today, Jay?
Who is turning what today on this January 4th? Happy birthday to former Giant, former Cub, current Rocky. Yeah, Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant. Chris with a K. Happy 30th birthday, Chris.
Big one.
Chris Bryant is 33.
He is 31 today.
You win.
Boom.
Happy birthday to Derrick Henry. I'd hate to have to try to tackle him.
He's a large man.
I think he is 29.
I'm going to say 27.
I think he is 29.
Yeah, baby.
Right on the number.
Derrick Henry. My daughter's favorite player is Derrick Henry. Why is my daughter's favorite player Derrick Henry? Because
the way his hair looks out of his helmet?
No, in the helmet, he just had, she called it a turtle tail. Because it looked like a turtle tail coming out of his helmet. She thought it was the cutest thing, and she's a Derrick Henry fan now. Not because of his running, not because he's an amazing player, but because of his hair.
You should send him a birthday card.
Well, birthday card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Happy birthday to Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, Vic.
Future number one pick.
Victor Wembanyama is 19 today.
I was going to say 19 as well.
You're both right.
Yes.
19 today.
Wow. I have a grand total of 1 year off out of 3 so far.
Well, this one will test you.
Uh-oh.
Happy birthday to an actress. Long time Laker fan. Diane Cannon. I don't know what she was last in, but been famous for being courtside at Lakers games forever.
78.
I don't even know who Diane Cannon is. 80.
Jay wins. 86.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Diane Cannon, listen, not for nothing, but I just remember as a young
That's
lad.
not Daryl Hannah.
That is not.
Okay.
No,
yes. Diane Cannon is Daryl Hannah.
They were both in. She was in Splash too.
I just know Daryl Hannah went to a lot of Lakers games, especially in the 80s. I don't know if she still does.
By the way, can I just show you Diane Cannon back in the day?
Hello, Diane.
Yeah,
Do you have a current Diane Cannon?
Meaning like some who would
like her, like right now.
Oh, current.
Does she still look like that?
No. Okay, let me say this. No, but
always a but.
Well, just no.
Yeah, some stuff.
I feel like she's had some work.
Some work.
But you know what? God bless her.
To be 86.
Oh, you have me thinking, hey, I want to give you a celebrity birthday, both of you, just because you brought it up. It's not her birthday, I don't think, today, but how old? Oh, my God, it was her birthday a month ago. How old is Daryl Hannah? God, I had such a crush on her.
Daryl Hannah.
No, she's not an island. It's Daryl Hannah.
68.
I was going 65.
60. By the way, for the record, before I looked, I thought 70. She's 62.
Really? Oh.
How about that? How much time do we have?
15 seconds.
15 seconds. All right. Thank you to Kayte Christensen.
Yeah.
It's great to be back. Looking forward to talking to everybody tomorrow. I hope we have a beam lighting in the clouds this evening for J-Mars. For Jason Ross, I'm Carmichael Dave. Feel better, G-Man. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy.